And fittingly, Devvy is in here first with a pom-poms emote. Happy Devvy Day. And hello to Vibes and Chaluna. Hello Calliope and Z-Tech. And hello Juice Maker and Lotus Heart and Mothman and Giovanni and Lord Harpy. Ooh, it's Lord Harpy's first time on the stream. Welcome, Lord Harpy. And hello, Snow, and hello, Mid-X, and hello, Crystal, hello, Phydro. Can't believe I made it early for once. I'll be lurking as always, but I'm excited to watch. Welcome, Sierra. Hello, Octo Crispy. Hello, What the Devon. Normally only watch SCS, but a Devvy review warrants tuning in. Yes, of course, you are a Devon. I need to go and turn the air conditioning off. Oh. Hello, Karen O. Watermelon. Hello, Whistleman Wolf. Hello, Sagittarius A. Hello, Juice Maker. Hello, Noodles. Hello, 7T Limes. Hello, Vacacia 42. I'm mispronouncing that, I'm almost sure. Hello, JC. Hello, Nib. Hello, Blakosh. Hello, Stormcoder. Oh. Hello, Los Perros. Los Tres Perros, maybe? Hello, Epona's Song. If I like the Splashmatic and Splatter Shots, what are the best guns? Those ones, actually. Splashmatic is arguably the single best weapon in the entire game. And then both of the Splatter Shots are viable. Typically, people will prefer the Neo Splashmatic to the T-Tech these days. There are definitely exceptions. But, like, we're seeing top players picking both. And thank you, Chili Leo. Welcome. Or is it Leo? Probably Leo. With the accent over the E. I don't know. Hello, Blip Blob, and hello, Agaric Bickles. I don't know what that means. Hello, Pixie. Hello, Teacup Toot. Hello, Big Man. Oi, it is I, Big Man, from the funny Squid Game. See, I know you're a fake, because you didn't end your sentence with A. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Benny N. Do you know how X-Rank PowerPoint's system works? Somewhat. There are a few question marks still in it, but in X-Rank, your power is determined largely by Glyco 2. That's the math behind it. But also, there, I believe, is a minimum and a maximum number of points you can gain. So, like, you can get a minimum of plus 10, even if it was supposed to only give you a plus 1 or something for winning a ticket. And that has skewed powers to the point where, in Splatoon 2, only the very absolute top, like, 5 players in the world or something were going to get 3k XP. I think it's more than that, but 3k was a massive achievement. In Splatoon 2, people are hitting 4k. Or Splatoon 3, people are hitting 4k. Because of that inflation in the number of points that you can gain, even when you shouldn't gain very many. That was a Woomy. And Jamie, you will actually only be the third. We might not have a fourth today. Because there was going to be somebody else with Devvy on this day, but I think they dropped out. So we're just getting all Devvy. How do you know when a weapon is good? I never really understood other than the sets. That is the hardest question to answer in this entire game. It requires a lot of testing with players who are stronger than me and large groups of them, so that eventually, over time, someone is going to try every weapon and try it at a massively, massively optimized level. The larger the scene is, the more likely people are to figure it out. But there are still things that surprise us. Like, Japan taught us that 96 Deco and Tent were better than I think we were originally anticipating. So, it's a really difficult question. Another aspect that complicates it massively is that there are 4 weapons on a comp. And so, it's not just a one-to-one measure of, like, which weapons have the most strengths and the fewest weaknesses. It's also which weapons that are strong help shore up the weaknesses of which other weapons are strong. And so on. So what you're asking is, like, explain to me the entire Splatoon 3 metagame, which is very, very complex and difficult to do. But some good pointers here are every part of the kit matters almost equally. So just because you have a good main weapon doesn't mean you have a good weapon. The special matters a lot. The sub-weapon matters pretty considerably because, good sub-weapons are very good at shoring up certain weaknesses that a lot of weapons tend to have. Like, half of the cast of this game, a burst bomb that you give it would just kind of fix a lot of its problems. Or make it disgusting. Alright, we've got Jamie and Devvy here in the call with us. You
missed the perfect opportunity for the pom-pom shirt, Jerry.
I know. There's that, and Jamie... We did use this password earlier.
Okay.
Oh, Jamie guessed it already.
I think it's still in the DM. I was just about to open up the group DM for SES, but...
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool.
Jem,
okay,
got any...
Jamie, I am claiming the deco for this one because one of the videos is actually Clam's Museum, so...
It's all good.
Jem, got any tips for switching to motion controls? One of my most popular videos is about that exact subject, and it goes into it in detail. Just look up learning motion controls on YouTube, and I imagine that my video is probably the first one that comes up. Or one of the first ones. Like, I'd go into it now, but, like, it's a 13-minute video, and it does it more thoroughly than I could do improvised right now. So, that would be a better resource for you. How is being mechanically skilled important in winning solo queue games? So there are basically 3 aspects to this game, the way that I break it down in terms of, like, broad categories of skills. There's your mechanical skill, which is your ability to, aim and move and shoot and win 1v1s. There is your decision-making, which is collecting the information from what's there on the map and moving into a position that will benefit you and put you in the best place. I think that's probably the most important skill. But then, at a competitive level, when you actually have people on a call, there's also coordination, which is having a game plan between all of the members of your team that you can use to overwhelm the plans of any one individual player. Coordination becomes very important in coordinated play, but you don't have that in solo queue. And so that takes this whole dimension out of the skill set that you need in solo queue play, which means that mechanical skill is emphasized more by a solo queue than it is in a coordinated environment. That doesn't mean that it's the only thing that's important, though. The decision-making aspect of it is also really crucial, and I think overlooked by a lot of people early on. Mechanical skill will get you very far, and it is crucial at a top level, but it has a ceiling. Like, it will only take you so far, because at a certain point, people will be good enough to beat any one individual player by executing a coordinated strategy. As someone who wants to make content, how do you find motivation to make videos? That's a really difficult question to answer because it's, for one thing, very personal. Oh, we had a disconnect there. For one thing, it's very personal. It depends on what motivates you as a person. For me... Okay, come on, dogs. There we go. The dogs are up. I just have to wait for a second to make sure that they do actually go up. For me, self-expression is a big driver for me. It's something, like, I want to say my piece. I want to express myself. I was that kid in class who just always raised his hand, even if he was wrong, because he wanted to at least learn that he was wrong. I'm very much about putting myself out there. And so that's one big thing for me. Another big driver for me is that I want people, humanity, to be better. I want people to be able to resist negative messaging from media, resist manipulation from media. I want them to be able to communicate with each other more effectively, but also to understand when the people who are communicating with them do not have their best interests at heart. Because I think there's a lot of that that's going on, and it's only going to get worse as technology accelerates. So people really need to be up on their media literacy to just know what's going on in the world. And I also, you know, kind of like this game, and kind of like teaching games to people. I just find it really fun to bring someone in on an activity that I participate in, because then we get to enjoy it together. And it's like bringing the thing that I like about my favorite things to somebody else's attention so that they can like it the same way that I do, and we can enjoy that at the same time. So those are some of my biggest things. But for you, it could be completely different, because you are not me. Being able to eat is a great motivator. Yeah, there's that too. Like, I would still be making stuff if I wasn't able to eat because of this, but I would be making a lot less stuff. A lot of people, like, they get the idea that a content creator does it for the money, and it's kind of backwards. Like, the money is so that they can do it. That's the way that a lot of the creators see it, at least early on. At a certain point, you know, it gets large enough that it's like, wow, I can make $10 million with one YouTube video. Let's see what we can do with that. Well, I had like 7 shots and missed all of them, so I'm dead.
This team has a lot of swim speed, so.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Carbon's somewhere. There he is. He's on snipe.
Yep. Marked it. We have 12 clams.
Top 4.
I have Kraken soon. I don't have any.
A random has 7.
Got 2.
He goes out. Careful.
I can't pick it up.
I'll pick it up.
I'm in their walls.
Get traded with the Kraken got me.
Ooh!
Friend Devvy.
Right, I'm down.
I'm taking it with me! and hit it once.
2 left.
Hit it twice. Yeah, watch out. There's a couple there.
I don't know why I thought the whale wouldn't see me if I sharked.
Okay, just
They're
hold
pushing
mid
in
for
a
now.
bit.
They're trying to. Yep. Got one.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, there's a
One
few
there.
here. I got 2.
Yeah.
Carbon's beside me. Ooh. I
Carbon
marked
on me.
it. I
Got
got
it.
it.
Done.
Or
Here
you
we
got
go.
it, but I helped. They're just below right or left. I just missed the mark. Oh.
One more on me.
Somebody
Got
comes
him.
up. There you go.
That's on
You
me.
have
Got me.
17.
All 3 in front. Ah, I didn't get that up in
Put
time.
you down.
Oh, Rapid's there. I can't push that yet. And a weak. Whoop. Rapid's to the right. Carbon's on the left. I have Kraken.
I'm marked. Carbon's on me.
Carbon
Oh,
getting
no.
at me, yeah. That was unfortunate.
Alright, I'm going in.
All 3 on left.
What's on left?
Let's go, Mr.
Thank
Joel.
you.
Let's go, Mr. Joel.
I help.
Okay, careful one right above me. In place. Beautiful.
Okay, I have the clam.
Blaster on right.
I
I'm only
missed
up
it
top
on the
left.
mark. Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, cool. I've
Almost
got a
a
climb.
wave. Have it.
There's 3 on
Bring
the
up.
left. 2 on the left now.
Ooh, got directed.
There's one right below me. I
Got
can't be
one.
here. Up, 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 up. Okay, we good, we good.
I need to worry
George
more
up
about
out.
not
Did you,
dying.
Devvy?
I'm trying to paint up. There's a knot in front of me, and Rapid's not far behind. I have Kraken. Jamie, can I give this to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay, thank you. Beautiful.
Got
Following
one.
you, jump.
Pushing
Orange.
rapid. They're on glass. Got him.
Nice, it's a wipe.
Beautiful.
See what I can find for clams.
I'll go
there's
back
one
and get
there.
this one.
Okay, I'll go get little ones.
You can, you
I
can
got
jump to me.
baby
They
ones.
didn't stop me.
It's alright.
They don't even know I'm here.
There's one in front where Jamie
two.
died.
I'm
There's ones in
jumpable.
front of me. Whoa!
Yeah, that good job.
I'm still jumpable.
Nice. We don't need to jump. We're like right here, Jem.
I'm gonna have
We need-
6.
Alright, 3 more.
Okay, We'll hold.
Carbon's in. Carbon's in. Nice.
Carbon's not in.
There we go.
Beautiful. Yeah, I didn't realize. I could have jumped sooner, but yeah.
Yeah. Jamie, you were right there though. It's just I didn't have a charge to protect you, so it was just
Yeah.
unfortunate timing. But Jem was the distraction of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm done with my popcorn. How do I get my teammates to do more comms? On the back line of my team, find them reasonable to so, but all my teammates frontline, and they seem to struggle more because mechanics get in the way. That is a difficult
Back.
challenge. I'll go and throw my stuff away, and then I'll be right back and answer that.
I can also give the slightest thing.
Okay. So, callouts are tricky because, you know, I mentioned before that there are kind of the 3 different levels, 3 different kind of categories of skills. There's mechanics, there's decision making, and then there's coordination. And up until now, everyone's been able to use, you know, 50% of their brain on mechanics and 50% of their brain on decision making
Going right.
to like really oversimplify everything. And then in coordinated play, you have to start talking to people, and that takes some of your attention away from the things you'd rather be focusing on. And so all of that other stuff becomes
What
distracting.
The glue goes behind.
Glue goes on left. So it's something that will take a lot of time for them to get used to. Something that helps is to have very specific things that you demand that they say, that they just get in the habit of saying. Like, I need to know every time you go down and every time you get someone, for example.
We won't talk about what I just did. That
Yeah,
is probably the dumbest way I died there.
Yeah, don't worry, we all went down.
Die.
No, man. No.
They don't make it in there, but there's still 3 on plat.
I got 2.
Got one.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go. Last one is backed up.
Yeah, they're still around that corner.
So going back to the question, when people are first starting out, like just
Jamie, I'm gonna drop this and go.
one of the
Okay.
things
Oh,
that you
shoot.
need to train them to do is to not
I don't know what got you, but
say
Maybe
every
it's by that
single
block.
player location that they see or something like that. You really want them to only focus on what's important for establishing the team's plan, and that'll get it so that everything that they say is useful and nothing that they say is taking up space on the mic. But then from there, just like every time you go down, every time you get someone, every time you're taking a fight, just all of it needs to be called, and you kind of just condition them to do that by being like,
I
hey,
might get dropped on the
you took a
left.
fight
I
and
have
didn't
Kraken.
call it next
Oh, there's one on
time.
the right.
I see him.
They're weak. No, I will not die. I'm going.
Falling up.
Oh, the Gluga's behind left. They keep on dropping out there.
Yeah, me and Jamie are up front here right now.
You're split.
Oh,
Ooh, well, away I go, but I'm gonna die. Yep, they dropped on my head. Our Luna is playing backline, so I'm trying to play midline.
Yeah, I'm trying to play more forward because of that. It's not really working out for me.
Got Glugas. Another
Yeah,
one
I'm
on me
right
left.
right now.
They're on
Oh,
ramp.
shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here then.
Yeah, I see him. Not. Oh,
Kraken incoming.
Followed by not.
Kraken's not going for the cheese, so Lugas are here though. Got him.
Glugas are down.
Left.
Got
Watch the
one.
left. Oh,
96, unfortunate.
Man, I missed my
Dude,
shots.
there's a 96.
My bad.
Oh,
One on
I'm
my ouch,
stuck
one
in
my
the
ouch,
rain.
one my ouch.
Yeah, I'm stuck the rain. Going for the jump. Nice. Luca's going for me. They're one. Thank you.
26 back left.
Mark the roller. I have Kraken. There's a bunch on the
Wailing
right.
in the mid. Oh, that's a Kraken. Oh, this
Yep.
should be fun.
Make that 2.
Trying to ping up for you.
Okay, they blocked me off, so
Hammer
Hammer got one.
ran into the wall.
Got one.
there's a
One
gal
on
right in
spinner.
front.
See?
Ooh.
Could be 2.
One's gonna drop left again.
Yep, they're behind you.
One's behind
Got
me.
him.
Yep. Thank you.
We have a little bit of time, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm on
Not
top.
much.
I have Kraken again. If we can build a clam, I'll set up for stuff.
Here, Jamie, I've got 3.
I
There we
made
go.
one, don't worry.
Oh no. Luna, please don't go to me. Nope. Uh-oh.
Really helpful
Okay.
whale right there. Showed me where the Kraken was.
I'm gonna back up a little.
I got Glugas. Okay, we do have clams, right? A bunch? We only have
We have just the power clan.
just the power, okay.
And pity.
Okay, I can get walled off pretty easily, so. There's one in mid.
Gluga's on me in
somewhere.
mid. Yes, nice.
Who's up on
3v2.
flat with the other. Coming up on right.
We have pity as well.
There's 3 on the right. Yep, back left of their plat here.
96 looking at me. Got soul missile.
Glugas are back in through middle.
Sorry, jump.
Uh-oh.
All good.
Got one.
Beautiful.
Uh-oh.
You're not ball anymore.
Got 2.
Like, it's still up, but nobody has.
I missed.
I threw it back
3v2. 3v2, except one of them is a Luna who's
Okay.
on her plat still.
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, I'll watch. Trade the 96.
3, 2, go, 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 go!
Our guy isn't jumping.
I got one. I'm down though. Oh, we don't have any others.
It's just Jamie.
Yeah,
Unfort.
that's the app. Arlena was playing really passive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to compensate for that by.
I had to double
Really?
dodge missiles that game. That was a time.
Tough to split your attention teaching and playing at the same time. It depends on how intense you're trying to be about it. Like, if you're trying to make call-outs and give it your full attention, yeah, it's difficult. But I've got enough experience, autopiloting and talking at the same time that I'm not going to struggle too much with that. It's more like if other people are trying to do call-outs and you're trying to talk to stream at the same time, like, it's hard to find that balance. But
Yeah.
but you can also see, like, I died 13 times there. Like, that wasn't my best play while I was talking. It's always a
Minus that
compromise.
one. The one doesn't exist.
It's one of those things about, like, if someone beats you on stream, it's like, okay, but you were streaming. Like, you were talking to your chats. You had other things on your mind than how that game went. So unless it's, like, a situation where you tell your chat, hey guys, I am going to pay 0 attention to you, and I'm going to focus entirely on this tournament, which I have done before, but not very often. It's like, that doesn't really count. First time on stream, do you have any advice on forming teams in Splatoon? Yes! One of my older videos is called Building Your Team, and it is the origin of the This Is Also Dating Advice meme.
I'm going right again.
Alrighty.
Yep, I'll meet you mid-right.
Gotcha.
What's the role of a Slayer other than... So... It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Oh,
Still getting me locked.
thank you for the wall.
Got two.
Oh, yo, you got two, yeah. Oh, there's one on me, on the right side.
Got him.
I got him.
Traded. Just wipe. I was about to say just one, and then it became wipe, so I just...
It just became...
Just wipe.
Oh, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down. I'm not down. There's one behind me, though.
I'm gonna throw a couple clams onto plat. Brush on me in mid.
Oh, I died to a bomb. One jumped out. The one that was in mid jumped.
Yeah, not got me underneath clam. Basket.
I'm going back to the right.
I'll pick up that clam, don't worry.
Alright. Also, watch out for 2 ninjas.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 on me. And I missed the 3rd shot. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
I got jump scared. Oh gosh, there's one more there.
Sorry, I thought you knew.
I'm sorry, Jake.
No!
Got one.
I'm gonna go back on plat here.
I'm in
Jamie,
position
just
left.
you.
Being pressured.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, 2 on top mid.
On spinner, yeah.
There's a bomb behind me. Yep.
Almost to a wave. Wave learning. Popping it now.
Yep, nice. Just giving you some extra paint here, Jimmy. I need to
Left side
refill.
wave.
I'm close to Kraken.
Okay.
They're
I'm gonna
pushing me
try and
on
move
right.
up a little. Yeah, I'm moving up here.
Minty jump.
Oh, there's a lot here. Krakening. Brush went left. Oh, there was one right here.
Him once.
Back
He's in
corner
mid.
is clear.
Oh
Got him.
no, this is bad. I'm not good here. Oopsies. Watch around the spinner. It's very yellow. Oh, our teammate was
down.
on the top. Oh, I wish our teammate was still up on that top right. I'm coming back out on the right as quick as possible.
I'm holding down left best I can.
I'm gonna start
Oh, that's a
threatening the
bomb.
box.
Unfortunate.
Yep. Well, we got 2.
Got 2.
Okay, hold mid. Just hold
Good
mid.
job.
They're on the right side.
Brush below.
Going left.
Got him. I'm down. Just not.
Three down.
Okay, the last
They're on
one's on
flat.
flat. Yeah. I just need to know what side.
Left side
They're near the basket.
I see it. And there's a dually in front.
They're looking at me now.
I got one.
Well, this is not where I wanted to end up, but I'll take it.
We're gonna have some fun up here.
Okay, Jimmy. Okay, I'll go back and get more clams.
I'm up
still
on the
in?
top right. Uh-oh.
One more under basket.
They're down.
Beautiful.
We have the clams though.
Good.
I'm on the top right, so.
Not quite in time.
I'm for it. Okay, here.
They really haven't pushed up very far.
There we go. Because I'm on the top left. There's another one on the top left.
I want to
gonna drop.
also be on the top left.
Well, we don't have the people there. Or clams.
I'll swim back
I'm
in
not.
and get more.
I'm not gonna make it in time. Maybe I will. Oh my god, it went in
It
too.
made the
That's
sound
so
effect.
upsetting. That's so upsetting.
Okay, I have 7.
3v2.
Yeah.
Teammates zipping.
Oh, dually on me. I don't know where. They were just here.
They're around the corner.
Yep. They're one.
Got him.
Got him.
I thought I got him.
Ah, dang.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Where'd they go?
They went down by block. Oh.
That was gonna be a firing squad, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, there is 40 seconds left. Just make sure we have control of paint in the middle there. I'm gonna be a decoy on the right and build Kraken.
I'm just gonna try to hoard the clams.
Ugh. They're not really pushing up, so...
Yeah, they can't. They got 3 powers.
They're
You still
trying
got
to
3
throw bombs
powers?
at me. Yeah, they're trying to throw bombs at me. Oh, Jerry, you went in. Nice. I like this. I got one. Nice wall. Oh, they're gonna go score if we don't.
Nope. Nope, we got him.
No. But yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Oh, I missed. Well, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I missed the basket, it was that, like, I never actually pressed the A button.
One bad jump in.
I had a cat and mouse chase with their Nautilus and the power clam at their basket. I literally was just chasing them with the Kraken and making them throw away the clam and go down into a more contested zone. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I did my job even though I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I realized that if I aimed up, I was gonna bump my controller against the desk, the underside of the desk.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah, when I saw that they had the 3 powers, and I'm like, they're not moving in, I'm gonna approach on the right, and then, Jem, you came right on through, and I'm like, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. It's always interesting to me when a team makes that many power clams, because you can tell from their positioning that they intuitively understand that they're not safe because they have the power clam. But, like, it never clicks that everyone on their team having a power clam is therefore a problem. They just
Widoku,
keep the
I
power
love
clams and, like, hope that they can splat everybody.
Our teammate has the best name. Well, in contestant with one of the best names.
One of the questions was, what's your opinion on the recent results of tent players in mid to high level tournaments like Triton Cup?
Oh, I
Gridlock,
got blasted, and
Mode
then
Cup?
Bamboo was weak.
I think tent is a weapon that a
Sponsored by
tent
Block.
player can now
They're 2
use.
down.
It is not a weapon that I would recommend
Bamboo's
picking up
back on their
because
foot. Oh, nice.
just for its own strengths, and like everyone needs to be grabbing this in the same way that like everyone needed to be picking up Splash. It's not a
Bamboo got
weapon
me.
that like someone who's not a specialist would use, but
This
the
clam's in mid around
specialists
spin.
the specialists can definitely make it work in given map modes. But you'll also notice that they usually don't solo main it. That a lot of the time they're actually considering other options.
Oh, Blaster's 1. I'm also 1. Nice. Oh gosh. Blaster's on my tail. There's 3 approaching mid, all together as a clump. Be careful.
Oh, one.
There
2
should
down.
be one more around there
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's Payne. Him twice.
Nice.
I have
Last
to
one's
run
on their
away.
plat with a clam.
Yeah, I also have him. Gonna be coming in right.
Oh, okay, they stopped me this time.
I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work twice. Nice. Oh, I died to a curling. Oopsies. One on the right. Right.
Yeah, I got killed by
Okay.
missiles before I could do anything.
They're behind. Yeah, they're getting the beacons. They're behind our. Yeah. Good luck, Jamie.
Thank you.
I just missed the mark on the paintbrush. Jamie! There we go.
One on top mid, top mid.
That's the roller.
Unfortunate, I got bambooed.
Roller down.
Right side bamboo.
Yeah, the blaster is comboing with the bamboo really well. It's making it a little bit tough for me.
Ah, they got him
Okay, I
on
got
my shield.
bamboo. Oh, there's a paintbrush there. I got the bamboo!
Nice. 2v2.
Like, paintbrush is running around in mid right side.
Beautiful.
They don't know. I'm in. Jump in. Jump in. Oh, they missiled me.
Jamie, go.
They know. They know now.
Oh, I died to missiles.
You might be able to make that. Nice. Good throw.
I'm gonna go get into a defense position because one's
Yeah.
in mid.
I would agree with that.
Oh, we got our teammate traded with the one in mid. 2 on the right.
I think I'm DC fans right here.
I'm painting mid right now.
Would you jump?
Roller watching.
Oh, I hit it twice.
I'm pushing right. I'm pushing right. Oh
Paintbrush
god.
is in middle.
I did not hit people. There we go.
Nice.
Got pain.
Oh, there's 2 on you, Jem.
Yeah, there's 2 on me.
Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh.
We got.
Okay, well that's good.
Rush down.
They're 3 down, it's just Boozler. They're on me. Oh! That's a whale. Uh-oh.
All 4 on plat.
Got bamboo.
Nice. Oh!
Paintbrush, I'm for it. It's all on my ouch.
Uh,
Well now.
I'm not supposed to be here. I got solo missiled. Ugh. I am succeeding! Oh, I'm getting blasted.
Got blaster. Got pain.
Nice, it's just our...
Wiper.
Bamboo versus Wiper.
Our wiper run all the way back, but that's fine.
See that. I got 1. Jerry got 2. Right side, right side. Nice. Oh, it's on top.
Yep. Hit him once. Nice.
Oh, that's bad. We just need the clams.
I'm good, I'm good.
Oh, I'm whaled. This is bad.
Don't come
Eh.
up.
I'm in their
I need
base.
to jump. I got out. Blaster went right. Jamie, I almost have Kraken, so keep that alive.
I jumped into gem.
Oh, that works too. I looked at map and then as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, Jerry's up there. I was like, I could have jumped in and Kraken too if I wanted, but there's a couple in mid. I'm like, I'm gonna pester him. Yep.
Oh hey, J.R. Hyde was Squidoku.
Oh.
I love your name!
15-5.
That whole match was very cheeky. Like, none of those pushes where I snuck in should really work on paper. But if it works, keep doing it.
Some do. Like, in all honesty, some people just constantly push that in a competitive setting, especially with Cooler. And it just makes people, like, back up more, so then they make a vulnerable window on the other path.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of times where I felt like a rat.
Yeah.
Where
The
I'm
challenge
just
is that, like, if someone's in the right defensive position there, they have high ground over you, and they stop you from approaching. And then you don't have a lot of cover to work with. It's Becca.
Every time!
Oh, it's Becca!
Yes, Becca, Buddy, what is it, Ursa Major? Or did they
Vibes.
go Minor? I can't remember if they said Major or Minor.
Thoughts on EU versus NA in competitive Splatoon? I haven't seen enough of EU recently to really have... I don't really think I've seen enough of NA recently to have a great opinion on that. I've been not watching a lot of tournaments lately.
Ooh.
Pencil.
Like, I saw Gridlock, but Gridlock wasn't a major. Gridlock wasn't someplace where you're seeing the absolute best teams. You're seeing, like...
And you're gonna have 3 on you?
Yep. Like, a pickup got second place in that tournament. Like, those were mostly not steady teams. So...
Oh.
Got one.
The pencil's on me, along with blaster and everything else.
Oh, hammer got me.
Yep. Ah, it's a fizzy.
Oh, there's a bomb there.
Go for it.
One
Okay,
comes
I
up
checked
right.
the corner. Yep, there's a couple
already
there.
on the run.
Ooh!
Okay. So a pencil can hit that. Cool.
Yes, pencil can hit pretty far. It just takes more than one shot, unless if you're already damaged.
Mhm.
Pretty solid in the hands of people who know how to use it. Especially with cooler being how it is.
Okay, they backed off from the special, but they should be coming back in soon. They've got cooler. Be ready for their specials. They've got a crab
Oh,
coming.
Sudoku! There's the crab.
I scared the sniper rider away, but I didn't get anything.
I
Gotta
almost
back up
have
'cause
Kraken.
blaster.
I have Kraken. I gotta go help Squidoku.
Blaster in back of mid is weak. Not anymore.
Ah, all my shots hit the sprinkler.
I didn't die! I went over the grates on that one. They were baiting me to them. Oh, hello, Doolies. Right side.
Yeah, they had a good trap laid. They're
Yep,
pushing in,
they
they're pushing in, don't go.
Yeah.
And hammer yeet.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
They're two down, but they're both in front of basket. Well,
One
one's
going
on the
top right, it's Blaster.
Yep. Trying to
What
block
hit
it.
me?
I got
Oh,
blaster.
there's a bomb. Where was that?
There's
I
a
didn't
lot
see
out
it.
here.
They've got a crab, be careful.
Yep. I marked the splat, Doolies. There's the crab. Close to Kraken. I'm gonna Kraken in and get rid of the
Wailing
crab.
towards the crab. It didn't target the crab.
One on the right. Nice.
Okay, Luna's on one somewhere.
Luna got me on right. Nice.
I got it. I marked the one with suction bomb. Can I remember what it is? No.
Two
Up
pushing snipe. Was that a... Oh, it was a bomb.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah.
I'm dead. Nice. Just 1v2 in that area on the right. Crab out.
Got a hammer.
Nice. I gotta wait for crab. Okay.
Grab his own.
Gonna
Pressuring
probably
the
be someone
clam.
underneath.
Being pushed.
Right side.
Mark the snipe rider. Oh wow.
Two
Two for
okay.
two. They will have cooler though.
I have Kraken. Oh!
Oh, bomb!
Oh, you went back to me too.
Well, I was trying to get clams. They're rushing now.
Got one. That's two.
I'm rushing up top corner so I can hold
Yeah.
it. Snipe Raider's gonna try and take snipe. I have Kraken.
Okay, I have ball.
What else do we got for resources?
Wait.
I already used my whale.
Okay. Blaster's on the top left. Okay,
I'm
we
sharking
should...
up to left. One on the rail, dropping down.
Hammer got me.
Oh no. I don't know if I can save that. Oh, they got me during transformation.
Yeah, I got stopped. Can you save it? Oh,
Oh, they scored it. They scored before
you-
I could do...
did you miss the power clam?
I
I
wasn't
thought-
near it at the start,
No,
so
I
I
was
had
talking
go
to
back and
Jamie.
get
I was
it.
talking to Jamie.
I
Oh no,
thought
he
it was
got,
already
he
dead.
got, he got,
No, like
He
right at
got
the
a
end.
run.
Like there was a power clam. It looked like on the map, and he swam past it on the way to the basket. I was confused what was happening.
I thought it was dead. I didn't see one.
Oh, okay.
I went for our pity clam. But I jumped in and then realized, okay, I gotta go to pity clam. So then I went to pity clam and saw you were there. But at that point in time, as soon as I got pity, they already scored. There were 3 at our
Yeah, no, like you were not in a position to have done anything there,
Yeah,
Devvy.
no.
Yeah,
I thought it
that-
was worth a shot. It was all I could do. So I didn't even
Yeah.
see the other one on the map.
I didn't see the power clam. I thought it was already dead. I was just trying to get a jump in.
Yeah,
Someone.
that's why I went for the power, because that's what I saw on the map. Or the pity, sorry.
Is there ever an argument for making a what? Oh, a power clam, but throwing it off so your opponent's team can't see? Oh yeah, absolutely. People do that all the time. You do that in the last like 30 seconds or so to despawn clams.
I gotta
Going
play
with Slam
aggressive.
Better to
Right.
throw it on the ground because then it's gonna take 10 seconds to despawn, and during that time it still counts as being out there. And they can't pick it up or do anything with it.
I marked the clash.
Sword's on left with me.
I got 1, 2 on me, 3. Ooh!
Alright.
Jamie, we can just take left block.
That's true.
Got 2, there's 1 more.
There's one more on the left side. Oh, I'm not gonna hit that.
Well, that
I'm
was...
up on the top left.
I got stuffed. Oh my god. The timing of that zip was insane.
Oh, I didn't get clash. I missed. I aimed out too far. One's gonna drop left.
Alright.
Oh, never mind. Well,
Clash did.
I think... Are they still there?
Clash
Traded.
drop left.
Okay.
They jumped out.
I got one. I marked the zap. There's one right above my head.
They think pity
Clash,
up.
blaster. Yeah, that's the clash. They're so weak. Can I have help in this corner here?
I'm with you.
Never
On my
mind,
way.
they jumped. They jumped. But we can still move up in there.
Got 1. 1
They're
below
both
me.
ones.
Going from behind.
I got it.
Wailing in on left.
11. I need 1.
Here. Behind you. Oh no, I was too weak. I died to super chumps, guys.
Oh, you did super chump. Okay.
Yes, because I was one shot and I had nowhere to run.
I looked behind because I thought that you died to someone behind.
No. There were chumps behind me and I was one shot, so I really couldn't do anything.
Zip incoming.
Zip's gonna try, yeah, it's gonna try and go for me. It's going for a sniper raider.
Wiper got
Got
me
the
from
clam.
bottom left.
Got clash.
2 on right.
Oh, 1.
One left.
Got 2.
Still 1 below right.
Jumped out. 1 jumped out.
Yep. Oh, there's one more. Wiper was here.
There's a
There they
beacon.
are.
Yeah, they're going into the beacon. I'm down to the wiper.
We got him.
Oh,
Get the
2 right.
beacon.
Ooh.
Still a beacon on left.
I can't hit it right now. Don't have ink. There we go.
There you go.
Going for the clam. Caught the clam.
1 stuck bottom left.
Oh, there's a lot on the right. I moved them there. One more. Above.
Beautiful. Flash down. Well. Good job.
They thought they were sharking, but they were marked.
Oh, they got. Okay,
I mean,
well.
it's all good. It's not soda.
Traded the zip.
Unfortunate time.
I am up here, but I can't really do much about it.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
from
you might
block.
want to back up.
I couldn't.
Okay, never
My
mind.
feet were painted. Okay, I have Kraken.
Sword looking at me. Careful.
Eh,
Got 1. Wailing.
Above me.
2 on me.
One more.
Yeah, in the bottom right.
Oh, 2 more. Got 1. That's 2.
3 assists, let's go.
Oh, watch out! Alright,
We got
well,
numbers,
I'm
we got numbers, let's
charging.
go. On left, on left. Flash got me, but they're below. They're jumping out.
Okay. Of course you won't leave me alone. I'm right under your basket. Okay, 30 seconds.
They're coming left with cooler.
Alright. Oh, they're weak on the right.
I'm forcing them to right.
Yep. I've hit them twice. Oh, I'm dead.
Two
Leg.
down.
There you go.
I have 8.
Okay, our sniper rider's going top mid, so you guys are protected there. There you go. One more clam? There you go.
There you
Or that.
go.
I like that rhyme. Remember, kids, can't shark with a mark. Mark's not an easy thing to live with, as Pirates of the Caribbean once said.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Actually, no, it's a death mark that's not an easy thing to live with, and I think that's actually Star Wars, but you know what? It was true in Pirates of the Caribbean, even if that's not where that came from. Oh, hi, Mark. Luke Skywalker. Exactly. That's basically what just happened. Is this the Pika who's in chat right now?
Well, I can tell you that these are some, solid players. Playing normal. Never mind. I have to play right. We have a ball point. I missed!
And I'm pretty sure the ballpoint is our Pika.
It could be.
Nice.
Oh, I might die.
Oh no.
I
2 on
didn't
right.
trade. I hit 2 of them.
Yeah, I didn't go out with you on right.
Two left.
They got me from top mid.
Yeah, it's a knot. I got the knot.
Nice pick.
Oh, I
It's
guess
just you.
Come here.
One on left.
Okay,
There's a
crabs.
crab.
I'm down to those strikes.
I got one.
Not got me on right.
Blue's down.
They backed up. Not too far though. That wasn't intentional.
Careful, wall behind you, Devvy.
I see that. They're trying to jump over mid. Oh, there's the Nautilus.
Zap is on left.
I'm gonna die in mid. Watch our block. The knot keeps trying to go up the block too.
Dooley's got me left.
Well.
You're done. Nuts on the left, along with one other.
Whee! I got one. One's on the wall. That's a crab.
Crab up top.
One going behind.
There's
Nice.
that.
Jem, watch to your left. One was on the left there for a second.
They're not there.
Okay.
Okay, that's 2 down. Move up.
Two right.
1 on me below. Nice.
There you go.
One above where I'm shooting.
Yep. Bucket.
Flash, careful, yeah.
I marked the bucket. Watch left drop. Oh,
2 on bottom
there's
right.
two, there's
They
two.
dropped and got me. Careful you don't get rushed from left.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It's just you, Devvy.
Oh, well! Buttons? Uh-oh. Watch the grate. I don't have an access to grate.
They're crabbing in a grate.
Yep, I see that.
get crab.
I don't really
Wailing,
want to
they're
go
out
far
in the
into
mid.
this. Oh. Careful, Jamie.
Yep.
2 around cooler.
Ah,
Got
There you
one. Oh, Nautilus is going for that. Nice pick on that.
They
One
might be
drop
threatening
to the
block.
right here. They are going
Bucket near
to.
block.
Slasher's low there. Phew, actually. Oh, I don't want to be here.
They're pushing left.
Uh-oh. Ah!
unfortunate.
Darn. I thought I could get in and roll back in time. Left.
Delete,
Oh,
yeah. Would not.
I'm down on left. They're still on plat.
There's two. I hit two. Oh, I'm gonna die. They're all shooting at me. My B button doesn't want to work. There's one on the grate. They're not. They're on our side. Oh boy,
Still on
I
plat.
can't reach that. There's still one on our top right. Two.
Got the dualies. That's several down. 1 on plat still. Got him.
Yeah, there you
Another
go.
one ahead. Hit him once. They're jumping in.
Push you further to the head.
I'm down
I
on
have
left.
Kraken, so
They're still on left. They're pushing.
Got flash.
I'm gonna roll for this if we get pity clam.
Oh no.
But they're gonna
They're
score.
gonna score.
Oh, we jumped down. That's
They
unfortunate.
didn't score.
Oh well.
Keep
that
going, keep
just
going.
ruined that up. I am not in Kraken anymore.
I got 3. I'm down.
There's one right below me on the right here. Left, whatever this direction is. Might be on top mid. There's the bucket. I hit it once.
We don't have time.
Julie.
Yeah. Hey, Ray.
Yeah, it should have just kept going. I didn't think we had that defended, so I came back.
When reviewing team replays, what are things we should be trying to find or note?
We'll find out.
The simplest answer to that is what caused you to win or what caused you to lose. It's again like that is such an unbelievably broad question that you could write a book about that and still not have all of the answers. So you're gonna have to come up with something a little bit more specific. I think I do have a video where I break down kind of some general things to look for in replay reviews, but there's no substitution for having a deep understanding of the game. Okay. So that will be the top of the hour for us. I guess we could go a little bit longer just because we only have the one, but I don't know. Maybe we just start with Devvy right now because I think she had 2 videos to go over.
Okay.
I'm going to really quickly go through a couple of the questions in chat. Jem, are you a Star Trek fan also? I like it in principle. I have not watched a lot of it. Do you main 52? Yeah, you could probably say that at this point. That's the weapon I've used the most so far. How can I make sure I'm playing the terrain to use my weapon, but not being too far out of position to help with that? I don't know what weapon we're talking about. That's, again, a little bit overbroad. I don't know I can help with that one without more information. Hi, Delta. Do you think the Splatoon community is accepting of groups like the LGBTQ community or people with stuff like ADHD, sci-fi? Yeah, I would say more so than most other communities. You see more diversity, especially like gender diversity, in this community than you do in other places. I think it is genuinely one of the most diverse esports that there are, which is something that I think a lot of other esports could stand to learn from us. Hey, Jem, any dating advice? I have a lot of it, but it's, again, I have a lot. Do you have any advice on communication? I'm part of a duo. We play very often, but a lot of times when we try to play and try to communicate as much as we can toward the middle or end of matches, we just tunnel vision or go silent. I have a lot of videos on communication. I would recommend the one on coordinating that involves VOD reviewing 0 and Team Destiny Bond. I would also recommend the video I put out very recently about what happens when you're losing repeatedly, because it sounds like that's what's happening if you fall silent. Those would probably be a good two to start with. I think we're getting patch notes tonight. I don't know. I take them as they come. I'm not trying to predict them all that much. How can I make sure I'm effectively positioning myself to use the terrain, but to be able to support my team? For example, on Mahi, I go out to the right hallway as splash, but if a fight breaks out on left, I'm finding myself too far away. You always want to err on the side of taking the first fight that your team is going to take. Like, if you see a teammate who's moving out to the left while you move out to the right, don't move out to the right anymore, because you're isolating yourself.
Good luck with VOD with you guys.
Thank you.
Whee.
Bye, Jamie. Hey, Jem, how do I play Splatoon? Press the ZR button. That's the most important button. Okay, I've definitely gotten to the point where people are saying things from after I went to try and finish up the questions. So, let's go to Devvy's VOD here. And of course, that was the worst place that the tab could have opened. So we're going to open it in a different tab. Alright, almost there. Just have to get this going. Boo, it's me. I'm spooky. And that's a little big. Let's get that shrunk down just enough. And then we need restream. Boom. Okay. Then, yes, that's the next step.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to mess with that for just a second. How do I want to do this? Let's actually do this. No, wait, I can't do that. Okay.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, so what's happening there is the projection that OBS kicks out by default is a very small window. So the quality is going to be decreased. And then when I maximize it, it becomes a larger window. And Discord likes that one better.
Okay. So do you want context for the scrim at all?
Yes.
Or anything? Okay. So for chat, for context, hey guys, I'm Devvy, captain of Grillers, mid-level team. Jem used to be part of the team with me, and then went ways for a while now. So, I just reformed the group. So who you see in the lobby, the one spectating and the other green yellow ones are all the new members. Also for context, is Cookie. Uh, so this is our first scrim after officially announcing that everyone's a member. So I picked a couple games from here that I figured I could get some tips on from another perspective here. One, I am playing Splatling. The other one, I'm playing a shooter. So, because I'm trying to flex more, our group isn't a very heavy meta comp. A lot of times we only have just one shooter, but otherwise we have painting methods from the non-shooters. And it combos really well together, but the problem is making sure we can follow up with each other, which does happen in a couple of these games, especially in Clams Museum. We'll see that there's a bit of separation, and then making sure that we can actually, go forward when we're supposed to. Big thing for me is on this map, my defending needs definitely work on this map, and I can see patterns that are happening, and I know I don't adapt to them. I know I can shot call them better. Just information processing has been not great for me lately, so it's definitely something I'm trying to get there, but I figured by looking back, especially at this one in general, because we had another SOS match similar to a Clams Museum, so I took this one because I have the call-outs and the voice call on this perspective, that we can listen to that and go from there. So basically, similar thing happens, except in this game, teams score before it's overtime. In the last game from before, in comparison, it was so back and forth, countering specials that no one scored until overtime, but this time it's different. So we try to set up a similar play, but again, just a misplay. So I think with the first video here for Clams Museum, the big thing I want to find is how everybody's moving on this one, what seems to be the common mistake, and I'm pretty sure that's going to come in the defense, but it also can be the push, because we're all trying to figure out how we all go in, how we can follow each other, and just go off of that.
Do you have replay codes for these?
Yes, I do.
If you're looking for how everyone's moving,
well,
I would...
you can see a lot from my perspective. If there's
True.
something that we need to go back and look at, we
yeah,
can
because
grab
I was gonna
replay
say,
code.
like, if I always recommend that if it's an individual focused VOD review, that I do it from your perspective, but if it's a team VOD review, I do it from an overhead, because I'm just gonna get way more from talking about you than I am talking about anybody else. But
Yeah,
this is also really good because it's going to have the call outs on it, so I'll know what information you have. So I think we'll start here, but if we need to go back and look at something, we can go with the replay code.
I'd like it to focus more on mine, and I think we'll see like everyone else around. It's just if there's anything else we need to look at for other people, because I can generally see most people from my perspective anyway. It's just going from there. So.
Okay.
Should I be able to hear the video?
That usually doesn't work on Discord.
Okay.
You would be able to hear it over the stream if that's something that you needed to hear, but I'll try to remember to repeat any call out that I am describing.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like it's most of Heaven's Reflection, but they've got one sub. And
I also said kind of a plan at the start of the game too, that I kept that in. I didn't cut it out. If you need to listen to that, but
yeah, let's go back and look at that. I was just trying to see what they're running to.
yes, Respawn Punisher Leader and the good old classicness of Bucket and Splash.
Okay, so that's really aggressive buckets, and then that's a little bit more of a skirmisher kind of 52 build.
The Splash played more of the support, in all honesty.
Interesting.
So,
because like I would expect that
mid for crabs.
I would expect more of a Slayer 52 is going to be trying to run Ninja Squid so that they can hide behind their wall and not be seen on one side or the other. But
yeah, not necessarily.
looks like here they opted more for the ink efficiency, which makes some sense. But okay, yeah, I'll back up and we'll listen to what that plan is.
Can you repeat that real quick?
Make sure we have more of a presence in mid.
Okay.
Because we can definitely push more.
Couldn't tell if Nito
Last
was
game
being
we
serious
were-
or not.
Sorry, what?
When I'm listening to the delay back, right, of what was being said, and then I remembered like saying myself once, and then making sure everyone knew what the plan was, and I couldn't remember if Nito was being serious or not.
Definitely a lot more passive than we could have been. I want to try the burst start on this map. I'm running straight to the right.
Okay. So
Running where?
Devvy's gonna drop right, which was basically the plan that we were executing when I remembered to help you with it on our runs here. And this is something that I know you like to do.
I'm going directly to the right.
I don't do it on all
So
maps,
they're probably
especially
gonna
when
do
I
the
know what
same
I'm up
thing and have
against,
one
because
drop
they
that
can
way.
collapse on it really easily. But since it was first scrim, I'm like, I want to see how this can work with the burst start. So
Yeah.
Play, but I'm
Oh,
doing
you're
the same
dropping
thing to the
hard
other side.
right.
Yes.
You know what? You go, coach.
Don't drop directly with me, but if someone meets me like through mid, then we
I'm gonna
can
meet you
collapse.
through mid. I can. If anyone goes to challenge you, I'll pin him in the corner.
I don't know if Hito's the best player to be following you in there. Probably, actually.
Pretty much.
Because you just, nobody else has the range to be able to
Yeah.
contest across open ground like that.
Yeah, for me, it didn't really matter just who, as long as I had kind of like extra cover, because a lot of times people will bunch
then the
up on that
biggest thing
side,
is
like it
just-
did that, like literally the game that you forgot to come and help with. I hit 2 of them 3 times and I just didn't finish them off, and 1 shot from anything would have gotten the advantage.
Like through mid, then we
I'm gonna
can
meet you through
collapse.
mid. I can. If anyone goes to challenge you, I'll pin him in the corner.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, coming back through mid together and having clams there at the same time on the left, and also paint up that side. You guys are gonna have the resources first if we win that fight. Then we can just go. Yeah.
Alright, so we drop out right.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Leader watching you.
I think another option for you here, instead of dropping the way you do, is to be slightly slower, but to drop down...
There was a reason for this.
This
There was
side?
a reason for this.
Okay.
The E-leader knew if I had stopped or gone any slower, I was gone by the snipe. You can see they literally just missed me, so I had no choice but to
Yeah,
keep
I'm already
going.
there.
That's not what I'm... Okay,
I know,
so...
but
No.
I
Like,
went-
I think you're misunderstanding me, what I'm
Okay.
saying, because the E-leader would not be able to hit you if you do what I am suggesting.
Okay.
Let me get into recon real quick, and
You
just...
basically want me to pause behind the block, right? And just wait?
right side peek the block, yeah.
Yeah, I have definitely tried that, especially against another comp team, and just knowing that there's follow-up, I guess I could be a bit more patient there. I know exactly what you're talking about, because I actually did it twice during the open playing during this
Gotcha.
past hour. So, I went for it, just, like, knowing how the E-leader is. So it was just definitely like, okay, I know I'm sacrificing myself.
Am I
So-
blind? Where is museum? Holy crap. There. Oh my god. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out. So I'm gonna take a quick look at the E-leader here
Okay, I'm already there.
and what they're doing.
Leader.
Okay, so they're right here and they're trying to right side peek around there. Really quick
Right side?
swap. They're right side peeking because they're looking at the.
Yeah, that's all they can get.
Um,
And with the bucket being there, like, I knew what I was dropping into, and I just did not want to get collapsed by that, because being collapsed by a leader there, and then also putting Hidorisu in a bad spot with the leader they're looking to. So, it's I take aim from the leader, so Hidorisu can follow up there. But yeah, another way is I can pause there, but with the bucket going there, that is generally just an absolute loss, because the leader will trap me in, the slosher has a bomb and the over the block thing to just destroy me in that situation.
So did you think that they saw you coming through the glass here? Was that what you were worried about?
I mean, I just went straight forward. So I
'Cause,
was
like-
seen. You can see me running.
Right, and
So-
that's the part that, like, so right here is the part where they could potentially see you, and I don't think people tend to really be looking at that, but what I'm suggesting is, instead of dropping here, which is visible and gives you no cover, you drop here,
Drop behind, yeah.
and now you've got the wall the whole way, and they can't see you until you get to here. Because this whole point from, like, there all the way down to here is, like, super unsafe. If you're going fast, like, you might maybe be able to get a... If you know that the leader is going to go out to specifically this spot, which is where they went, and they're going to be right side peeking this, like, maybe if you go forward fast enough, you get some shots on before they have charge. But, like, if you look at the angle they've got, they can see you the whole way around if you try to move forward from there, even. So, I feel like dropping in and going forward like that, you're going to trade it best. You might be able to get a second one since you have really high DPS, but, like, they're going... As soon as you peek too far out around this side, the leader is definitely going to hit you. So it's just a question of, like, what you can get until then. Now, if you've got someone who's, like, gonna hard push in this direction with you while that's happening, they may be able to, like, actually take out the leader while they're aiming at you or something like that. But with a blobber, I don't know, it feels like a really aggressive play to be making given who you have working with you. And that maybe this would work better if, like, it were Cookie trying to, you know, shark up and do this sort of thing while you move into that position. So they think they have it covered with the leader and then they don't. As it stands, we end up trading, which isn't the end of the world, but also isn't kind of really what you're hoping for.
You're watching you.
And the other part about this that makes me uncomfortable is that you trading at all depends on this bucket player not respecting you. It depends on them, like, being out in the open over here in a position that you can hit. And a lot of teams will give that to you, but a lot of teams will also, especially as you get higher and higher up, will start to respect that sort of a play. Like, until they see the heavy, they're not going to, you know, expose themselves on that sight line. They're going to be aware that this flank right here is dangerous. So I think if you, like, it makes sense to make the play sometimes and, like, threaten it and have it in your back pocket. But I think if you're going to make it, you probably don't want to be running straight forward and abandoning all cover and just praying that in the time between the leader shooting you and you landing, you're going to be able to get someone.
I got bucket. There's one more that dropped down the ramp.
They're just watching.
Yeah, they're on me.
They're watching.
50's one.
Nice. So good follow-up there from Hito and the gang and whoever it is. Is that Cookie that's with them? I can't tell.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's Cookie. So with Hito and Cookie there, like, they actually are able to... Basically what you just did was a Tetris play. You ran at the enemy team, and they were like, oh crap, we have to deal with this, and you scared them out of position, basically. And so with the team following up on you, you can make this sort of thing work. I feel like that sort of a play is better suited to another weapon to be making. We end up in a 2v2, and that's primarily just because when you go down, they're at a disadvantage. So even though they can follow up and get multiple members there, the other team just has more players they can rotate in, and eventually they're going to be able to level it out, so it goes 2 for 2.
Come in from the middle.
Watch for later. Watch for later.
But the advantage that you gain from that, you know, coming from the Tetris player's perspective, is that you now have more of mid under control. Like, you've taken initiative. So if that's the play all along and that everyone's good at following up on that, it can work. But it depends on you getting that trade, at least, which is something that I feel like a backline weapon isn't as certain to get as something like a Tetradulies that can move in. I think if they respect your range or use cover or something a little bit better, that you just kind of feed there, and we end up in a 1v2 instead of a 2v2.
They're right behind the look.
I'm down.
So we're multiple down. I really don't like Nito picking up the power clam and trying to save it. I was worried that they were going to get chased down for that.
Yeah, you don't need to grab power.
Okay, they made it
Okay,
out.
throw it back up the flat.
They may have known better than me.
I got it. You go ahead and help those guys. Most I can do is distract until Kraken, but like, go ahead and help those guys.
Yeah, here you're in range of the leader, so...
I should have stayed left. I made the
that's-
mistake here and swapped, yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, just
Yep, I should've
once
just
they
stayed
miss the
left.
first shot, just go left and get behind the cover.
Most I can do is distract until Kraken, but
Part of
later
me thought
cover.
I had enough swim to get over
Great
there,
spot.
but I did not.
Okay, we're 2 down.
Yeah, I don't think there are very many weapons that have enough swim to be able to get there.
Toss the clam.
Yeah.
Get
No,
rid of it.
well, I have a
Go
different
back
build
to
that
flat,
does,
Get rid of-
but
get rid of
I
Clem,
realized
go open mid.
afterwards that was not this build.
I'll take it.
I'll do it with
Quick,
power.
I don't even know if a lightweight weapon can make it there.
Even then, yeah, I should have just went left.
There's 3 in that right-hand corner.
Yeah, this is a little awkward because like you'd love to be able to just take like 3 steps forward and be in range, but then you're dropping on the low ground, and now you have to worry about the E-leader being in range, and like, so you're just kind of stuck there. If there were a special that could be thrown behind them to flush them out, that would be great, but I don't really think there is anything like that.
The most we have is the crab
Yeah.
at that point, unless if I go in with Kraken.
Like, the rain isn't really going to force them out like that exactly. So you're kind of just waiting on a special at this point, unless
Kraken.
Cookie can get someone on the right-hand side, because it looks like there is an engagement that's committed to there one way or the other.
Oh, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
one.
Here we go.
Yeah, Cookie and Nito kind of need help there. We want the front lines assisting there.
Got you, got you.
Okay,
Nice.
Someone grab
2v2.
One's on the right side.
I lost sight of this guy. Oh, they
I
went
don't know
around.
where, but
I see it
can't
now.
stay here.
Oh.
Yeah. Not much for you to do there. That was a fight for your front line to either decide not to take or back away from.
Fortunate.
Decide not to take or win, I should say.
Leader's bottom right.
I'm
I got slashed down.
Okay, good pick.
I couldn't move.
I'm
I got.
As soon as you get that pick, I think you need to immediately be in retreat mode.
Slashed down.
That was the
Yeah, okay, you
point
were,
where-
you were.
where I was trying to dodge the ink. I was painted behind, so
An idea there would be to get to the edge of the ink that you can be in and then squid roll. And then instead of having to swim strafe is long, you probably save yourself 1 shot's worth of that while still traveling and also getting the
Yeah.
armor.
it would have been really risky there. I don't know if I would have gotten enough speed.
I'm gonna go up the ramp. I'm
They're
pretty
going.
sure
Yeah,
it's
they're-
splash.
they went around left spin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna camp it here.
The greats
Oh.
though. The
Okay,
greats.
this is where I take the wrong side.
Spin.
Yeah, I think with your team all already having Plat kind
I
of
do
under
this
control.
twice, and I'm just like, I should
Yeah.
have went either up or on the right hand side of getting out, but I go left every time, and I don't know why.
Yeah, right side here would be really good. One of the important things is to cover the ability to go over the spinner. And this is the best place, I think, for being able to stop that, since
Yeah,
the greats
I'm
are on the
great
right
guard,
side.
basically, and
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
just gonna
doing
camp it
being
here.
a good great guard.
The greats
So-
though. The greats though.
Yeah, someone else.
And
got-
this was the common pattern. They took greats a lot, knowing that we have a splatling and a blob to cover the the bottom of the spinner there on our plat. So I need to be up where I can get it either on the right side to get a straight shot, or literally just come out on the top right.
Because another thing that happens there is that Cookie, in trying to cover it from below, is staring straight up and doesn't see that the leader's
Yeah.
shooting at him. So definitely better to
John, do
be
you
on the
wanna
top right for
make it?
covering that.
Okay, we're all on the same side.
Go,
3
bucket.
down. 3 down. 3 down. Go.
I'm chasing leader. Leader is behind pillow.
I see him with him.
I'm down.
3 down. Go.
I'm chasing
So what's
Leader.
Hito trying to do here?
leader is behind pillow.
I'm not sure I like Hito getting up on top mid there. I don't think they're just like. So I've played with Hito. Like Hito was on my draft league team. Sometimes there were positions where he would talk about how like his blobs have a lot of range and he'd play for that advantage. But the problem is that the E-leader has so much faster DPS. So even if these blobs are threatening the leader just one-shots. So
Would it be better underneath?
He wouldn't have the same angle underneath. I think here, just it's important for him not to be exposing himself to the leader at the end of the day. Like you just can't disrespect the laser. You can't peek it, because as soon as it has charge, anyone who's not behind cover should just expect to die.
Hello.
I see him.
I'm down.
I think maybe the idea that Hito had was to threaten them out of position, but like that just doesn't work when they one-shot. Like there's basically no weapon in the game that can make that work without lag, since the E-liter one-shots. And the higher level the players get, the more you just have to be like, if I am in the charger sight line, I am going to die.
Later got me.
Yeah, I made the mistake there and went too far. The spinner blocked my upper view, and I should have just backed up knowing that, but I didn't.
Yeah, because the thing to think about there is the E-liter got Hito. So if they can see Hito...
Missed that.
Yeah, that's what I was...
called.
That's what I was talking about that whole time.
I see him.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Because
Like
I
this
can't
right,
hear the
that's
video.
why I'm talking about Hito here, because Hito goes up
Yeah.
here on
Leader's
top
behind
mid.
pillow.
Leaders behind pillow. Pooh. There goes Hito. So knowing that happened, like, you know, it's seeing these X's and using those to make decisions, having those be like something that triggers you to be like, oh shoot, wait, something's unsafe over here, because Hito's too close to you going down for you to really want to feel comfortable pushing far past this before you know what hit Hito.
See him.
I'm down.
Was it called after?
I think he just said I'm down.
Pillow.
I see
Oh,
him.
I'm
okay.
down.
Yeah, just right there, right before I paused, he said I'm down.
Okay.
I'm chasing leader. Leader is behind pillow.
I see him.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm facing leader. Leader's behind pillow. Boom, I'm down. So.
Later got me.
Can't pressure that.
All right, so now we're really split because Cookie's getting in here and Nito's way over here. Would probably call that we're split right now, just so that's like, because like Cookie can operate over here. I trust Cookie. Like if he thinks that it's safe to be here, that it's a good idea to let him do this. But Nito, you like, if Nito's gonna shark and Cookie's gonna shark, like you might want them to be sharking in the same place. I don't know. It's a tough position for Nito to be in, but like the fact that we're spread this far out in the first place is probably not great. How would I want this to happen? Because I think what's happening is we're trying to threaten the left-hand side and the right-hand side at the same time. But because you kind of have to approach from using this thing over here, so that's probably what Nito's trying to do, and then Cookie's trying to take the off angle.
I think the other part here is timing of when we respawned in, because we'd have to go back to that and see how we all came in towards that middle
Cook
again.
one. Nice.
I didn't see
That help.
who was up first or not, because otherwise I think where I
Pressure that.
was down should have been Nito, and where Nito is now is where I should have been, and just swapped. But I don't know. I cannot remember literally the past 30 seconds.
Do you want me to back up for a sec?
Before that. Yeah, just like go back to the prior
Yeah,
Here?
thing there. Yeah, and then go from there just to see
Sorry
how we
about that. I
approach
can't
that
get it.
middle and who's still alive at that time.
Okay, we're all on the same side.
Got
Three
bucket.
down. Three down.
You call, we're all on the same
Okay.
side, 3 down,
I'm chasing
and then
leader is behind
Nito's actually over here on the right at first.
pillow.
Okay, and then is this where
I'm
that?
down.
And then
front-
Hito goes
okay, and
down,
then back. Okay, so
and
there
then
was
Hito
just
backs up,
a-
or Nito backs up because Hito... God, that's confusing.
Let's go
Ni-
Risu and Nito. That's what we've been doing.
Risu and Nito, okay.
And Nito.
So yeah, Nito backs up at this point, which is what would have saved you from getting splatted. And I think they're feeling pressure on the right-hand side, and so they run away. But in the meantime, Cookie, like, drops
Later,
right
Cookie.
or something. Yeah, Cookie dropped right there and is sharking here. Cookie goes in and goes for someone here, and, like, if Nito's closer to this... Uh-huh.
I was gonna say we probably could have been to the point there where like Nito's got more speed than I do. I could have backed up. Nito could have went ahead, because I still had a buffer time where Nito could have kept going forward before I went down, because I was still shooting up before I got sniped. It was waiting for the charger to go and reload again. So there's a chance that Nito could have been up ahead actually with Cookie and met up on the drop, but we just didn't coordinate that.
Yeah, I think that for one thing, Cookie not calling that he's going for this is partially responsible, because I think Nito, in the absence of other information, is doing the right thing to just back up
Yes,
along the objective
I agree.
line.
I agree.
There's just a lot of collapse that could come in here, but Cookie decides to push it anyway, sees some kind of opening, and if Nito knows about that, then Nito can go in and be helpful to it. But I don't know. It's also just, this is a play. Cookie makes these kinds of plays all the time where he sees an opening and he's able to keep himself alive, and maybe he has like the crab or something. But on paper, this just kind of shouldn't really work. Being this far out in front of the entire team, in there against, in like a 1v3 or something, like, this requires Cookie to straight up outplay his opponents in order to survive this. Like, he needs for his opponents to not just gang up on him and go after him here.
I also don't think he expected me to go down here either, so...
Maybe that's it.
Because he has been, when he goes in for some of these, like, he will start at stall when he knows it's outnumbered. He does call for help on the side. I know this isn't a situation where it happens, but I'm pretty sure he expected me to be alive here.
I'm trying to see...
And I overcommitted.
Yeah, it looks like he just dropped right as you were going in.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, even then, the fact that he, like, continues to take the fight... Like, this is a situation where I think he was far back enough he probably could have just jumped out. But that's something where, like, I feel like if the rest of the team just kind of collapses on this, they can get him. But one thing to his credit is that he's pulling them into a side of the map that doesn't matter if they try to go after that. And he has the ability to stall with the crab, that if they do go after him, then they're in some trouble. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. It definitely feels kind of like a play that it's balanced on a knife's edge, where we could just be kind of resetting and getting the rest of our team in. But he's not retreating along the objective line. He ends up being able to get picks, so maybe he knew better than I did. And if that's the case, then he just needs to call to Nito that that's happening, because this is not a play that, from the backside, looks like a good idea.
Cook got one. Nice.
Try to help.
Cook got one there. Calls for help there. Nito goes in, tries to help, can't make it in. And I don't think that's necessarily Nito's fault. Like, Nito's like, oh crap, my teammate is really far away from me and I need to get back to them to be able to help them.
Yeah.
They're going to
Also-
take some risks, and there's an E-leader watching. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, again, also, like, the
Got leader.
slightest
I'm
communication
fine.
probably could have been up closer to that,
I know, I'm
too.
trying.
Sorry, what? The in-game audio.
Oh, sorry. Like I said, even the slightest communication or play, like I said, if I kept myself alive, or just the slightest call of moving up to that right-hand corner, could have made a big difference.
So Cookie's got the crab out here, and one of the big questions for me about whether this play gets value is, does he get value out of the crab, ultimately?
Trying to help Cook.
One slosher.
And it looks like you guys do. Yeah. So,
Never
Okay.
mind.
and I mean, this is why Cookie's a better frontline than me.
Yeah, they respawn fast enough.
Yeah. There's one right below me.
If you guys keep close up, I can grab power.
We're trying.
So the power clam went down here.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Yeah. They
Oh, yeah, it
when
fell off the
while
ledge.
people were- yeah, it fell off the ledge, and then
Yeah.
we just didn't have
And on
it close enough.
the right side also, I could see it being tricky to spot that this fell over the ledge. They might think that it just landed on the ground over here and it can still be picked up. Because at this point, if we don't have the ability to score, we really don't want to be here. We're already one down, and we don't have the ability to score if we stick around. So the call needs to be made pretty soon to either have a power clam ready to go or to just dip out of here.
There's one right below me.
If you guys keep close up, I can grab power.
We're trying.
I
Got it.
missed my point
It's just
sensors
sloshes,
horribly.
Nah, you're good.
On the right side of
No,
Yeah, I've
we're
got
going
Kraken.
for it.
I've got Kraken.
You cracking in?
Yep.
All right. Good job being able to hold the play and keep it going while you were a player down and in transition. That was very disciplined. You kept yourself safe, but you gave your team time to get back in. We were able to get a pick on the way out, and now you can just dive
Got
back
one.
in and get
Got
stuff
two.
going.
One's down below.
Great crack in there.
We need one.
Watch the block. Slaughter coming
Nice.
through there.
Okay, so you've got that climb up there that you're going to go for. Yeah, just get that one in.
I got.
Oh, I thought you were actually going to be able to drop behind the crab and use it for cover and get away.
I
but-
was
Together,
trying
team
to
up
do
plan.
that.
Okay, just
but
two
the
of you
leader
there.
got me first.
One.
Yeah. At this point, like, getting that one extra clam might not be worth going down for.
Yeah,
I-
I realized that afterwards, but panic brain kicked in. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, I have a clam. I can use it. Wait, I didn't. need
Yeah,
to use
and I
it.
probably would have done a similar thing. But, like, from here, I look at this and I'm like, person up top here and no
Not gonna
cover.
lie, I didn't even see them.
Oh, I got.
I didn't
sniped
see
by that.
them
Yeah,
until
one more
like
clam.
I was
Okay,
going
just two of you
backwards,
there.
and I'm like,
One,
oh, I'm
you know
getting
you're the last.
crossfired right here.
Mhm.
And then it put Cook at a bad crab disadvantage too, so I definitely messed up there. I could have also just played the wall there and peeked if I had focused on the right side person, so then Cook could have focused on the left with the crab or straightforward. So,
And it takes some quick thinking, because I'm also looking at that and thinking I would probably jump off, even though I saw the player, and then realize halfway down that it was a bad idea. So, it is what it is. But ideally, I think the plan there is you just try and hold as much ground as you can. You try and keep them bottled up at their basket, because even if you're not scoring, as long as you prevent them from actually leaking into mid, you're still winning that,
Better.
and you're
Yeah.
able to score.
Oh, he doesn't.
All good,
look
quick
good.
thinking has not been my
Resume.
forte as of late. It's been a big
Okay,
problem,
regroup, hold mid.
actually.
One's on left side, splash.
That's more of like an overall strategic thing, I think, than something
Yeah.
tactical in the moment. That's something you go into the game planning to do.
First foreman.
Yeah,
This is,
Yeah.
my thing goes is like when I'm spawning in,
One
I am
chance.
like keeping track of where everyone is, and then like formulating kind of where to be and how to make a play in my mind as I'm getting
They're
into
behind
position
left
there.
block.
You can toss.
Meanwhile, as the play's happening, if we have to switch it right away, I go completely blank. It's been like, why, brain, please? You gotta help them.
I think a lot of that tends to be that, like, you're very good at spotting where your frontliners are going and following up with that, but it's also on them to call what they're doing. And if they don't give you that information, then you will get caught out on some of their rotations. And you will have to make a hasty play instead of a calculated one, because they're just not giving you what you need to make the decision as quickly as possible. So that is something that, like, always get on your frontliners. Backliners, this is a lesson for all of you. Like, if your frontliners aren't talking, make them talk.
Yeah, I
Be
don't know if
the
it happens in these two games, but there's times where I'll be like, okay, what's happening? I'll just plain as day say what's happening, and then all of a sudden everybody speaks.
Mhm.
As I'm like coming back into play, or like someone will just go be like on left, just the quickest thing so they're not losing focus, and I'm like, that's all you need.
Yep. And like, it's important, like, not to get them to talk too much so that you're getting unnecessary information and starting to tune things out. But the things that I talk about in my coordination video, where it's like, where is the fight going to happen next? And once you know that, you can figure out where you on your weapon need to be to help it the best. Like, they don't need to be like micromanaging where you help them from. As long as you just know what the target is, you're going to be in the right place. And, you know, like, any of them on their weapons, like, if I'm playing Splash, I'm going a completely different place from where Cookie's going, but both of us have the same idea of what it is we're going to be trying to shoot at. And, you know, whoever it is that you trust to make that decision, like, trust them to make it, because they're the one who plays that weapon and not you. So that's the way that I see coordination. That's the way that I think it kind of works at top level, where you just get everyone looking at the same fight, and as long as they're there, you trust each other. Like, you guys are cracked. You know what to do.
Trust me, Clam, if you need
I'm
help.
down.
They're gonna move in L3. Gal's weak. The
Yeah,
crab.
good job getting out of there. Once you miss those shots, it suddenly becomes very unsafe to stay.
Crabbing. Respect.
Yes, because there are times where I can beat the wall, but as soon as it's missed,
Gal's
run.
weak. The crabbing.
I do think right here you might potentially have been able to get a
I-
charge ready.
Yeah,
like
I
at
could have
this
used the pedal
position.
more.
Respect.
Because,
I
like,
just-
from here
I
when
was
we back
worried
up,
about the-
yeah, from the push on the left, and you do have
I-
frontliners going down.
There was two on the left side there that looked like that they could crossfire, and then when Cook went down there, I was like, yeah, I'm next.
Like,
So
the thing is, from here, like, you don't have to back up any further, because you've got
Yeah.
cover in... You can see my mouse, right? Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got this wall right here. Like, this is safety. This is...
Yep.
You're good. None of them, except for the E-Leader, are going to have the range to hit you from the same range you can hit them once you're around this cover. So until you're getting, like, pushed from both sides, you don't have to back up from here. And you can kind of hold your ground and slow them down.
Acting up
But
back.
we actually end up committing to the left side.
Watch the block, watch the block.
And
My-
this is a good spot to take. Like, I take this all the time as a 52, so you'll catch
yeah,
people
this
that way.
This was my thinking. As soon as Cook went down, I knew, like, the 52 was there, right? Because of the wall. The 52 was going to hard push that with wall. That's why I went around the other side to
52's
catch
weak
him up the
behind that
ramp.
wall. I can't press.
Good thinking.
And
Got
then
one.
they took the other side, and it's just like, I can watch both sides now. And then strikes
got one,
happen,
but left.
and it's like, okay.
You did have an opportunity to escape here, even though it doesn't look great. Because
No,
this one in front of you, this one behind you lands first.
Yeah,
So-
I could've, like,
You can, like, move forward into this one's radius, wait for the
Mm-hmm.
back one to detonate, and then back up into it.
I committed to getting to pick up the ramp because they were just charging. So
I got
as
one,
soon
but
as the
left-
strikes
left
went out, a
flat,
lot of
left
people
flat.
go in with strikes. So I committed to it, and we
Got
just,
one.
you know. So
Man, that... Honestly, like, I don't think this clam should even have made it in, because you just got a triple kill.
yeah.
Like...
And but left. Left.
This one, like... who is
Again,
it?
it's
the
the same.
splash.
It's the same pattern here. They kept taking the ramp and up on the grates, which we didn't really have the people there to get it properly. Like you can see that it's
Left
like
flat,
both
left-
buckets are there to crossfire, but then as soon as they go up the wall, the blob can't hit it too great, and then it's up to Nito to try to hit it. And then I think by the
Flat.
time Nito got it, it was too late.
Got.
Yeah.
So like
That
I
is
put,
awkward.
What I did is I put literally, like I said, we had already the advantage. I went in to get the third, and it was just unfortunate that the buckets couldn't crossfire it before it went in. So
I think
that was it.
one thing that you can say here is, like, for this map in future, Nito, it is your job to slosh over the top of the spinner to make sure that nobody can come up that wall, and to make that kind of their niche here. Like, anytime, like, as the 52 who's trying to push, I know this is a splash, but as, like, the short-range shooter who's trying to push up here and trying to go for this play, what I'm worried about is someone down here with an AoE weapon that can hit up over the top and stop me before I ever get to the side wall. Like, this right here is where they need to be stopped. Once they get on the grate, someone messed up. And so the way that they were able to get up here is where I would look at it with the team and be like, how did that in particular happen? Because this is something they shouldn't be able to get away with doing.
Got one.
Okay, push up. There we go. Take mid control. Make sure we have the corners.
Yeah. Leader's walking left side.
Then the gal and another friend are on the right.
Like, it's particularly unfortunate there because while this is a very, very small lead, it does give them the lead and there's only a minute left.
Right.
Like, all we need is a power clam and we're winning, but you still...
yeah,
Yeah, Sasha's watching over.
yeah.
I'm
It's all
going for
bad.
leader
We'll just keep going.
I'm going for leader.
now.
Yep.
Flying lots of
So,
stuff.
leader is sitting on left.
I'm gonna shoot. Yeah.
That probably would have been a spot to pop crack, and I don't know how else you get out of that.
I thought about it, but because I thought about it, my brain was just like hesitation, and then all of a sudden I don't have enough time to pop it. So afterwards, I was like, I probably should have popped it in my head.
Right.
I knew
Nice
I should
one,
have,
right. Oh,
and I'm like,
got me.
oh darn.
It was just not an easy position to be
And
in.
the gal.
Yeah.
Um, I think
kinda
Leader's
went
walking
blank
left side.
there. It's just afterwards, literally
And
as I
Gal
was
and another
respawning,
friend
I
are
was
on
like,
the
I could
right.
have definitely krakened like
Mhm.
much sooner.
One thing about this position is that, like, they know you're here
Uh-huh.
because you fired all those shots already. And the Cookie's also back here. This might be a situation where as soon as you fire that first volley and you don't get anything out of it, you might just want to back up preemptively.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
else I
Salsa's
forget
watching
to
over.
do is that
I'm
there
going
is
to leader
that like that right side,
Hmm.
the block there. I can use that actually because I have that wall to my right, and then I can actually help with the 52 that is in front. Unless if they wall even more forward than they did, I could have used that. I looked at that afterwards, and I'm like, that's something I could have did because we were all over here by mid. They know they're gonna flush us out there. I could have probably used this right wall. So
Here's, like, the way that I think about this from the perspective of a frontliner. Like, you're back here, and what you've
Yeah.
basically done right now is kind of peeked out and done one of these, and then sat back here, and then peeked out and done another one of these. And that's a lot of
Yeah.
information that the enemy team has just been given, that you are here and you're trying to stay here. If I, as a frontline weapon, go out and do one of these and don't hit anything, I'm out of there.
move.
I'm like
Yeah.
opposite end of the map as soon as possible kind of thing. Because I know that at that point they're going to start targeting me. And so just staying here a little bit too long, I think, is really the biggest reason that this goes wrong.
yeah, this is why I was just like, okay, something I should have done is after the first like movement there, I should have went like I could have went in that right corner there because we had somebody else there firing, so I could have actually helped in a 2v1 on the 52. But I didn't think about that because I forget that exists sometimes,
Flying lots of
and I've
stuff
seen
right
other
here.
Splatlings do
Sorry,
that
go on.
sometimes.
I'm gonna shoot. Yep.
But the safe way that I should have just did is either jump out or just back up
Yeah.
because the whale was coming and I didn't respect it.
The other reason, and granted this is a Splatoon 3 issue as much as anything else, but you're standing right on top of Nito here. You both end up on top of each other, and so since you know that the whale is targeting you, part of your hesitation here is coming from the fact that if you move towards Nito, the whale is also going to hit Nito, and that's a threat to
True.
Nito. So you guys being clumped there makes it even more cramped and difficult to do something with, and so from here you probably want to be just putting a little bit more distance between you and the rest of your team, and backing up a
So-
little bit, giving yourself some room.
Is there a better place that Nito can be as the tri-slosher? Or, like, just in a given scenario, because we see that Nito is playing kind of back where I would typically stand, is, like, how can I help Nito out here to shift position? to
Frankly,
call for
I
him?
think mid here is a very difficult position for a tri-slosher to play. I think you kind of need to just rely on Fizzy Bomb spam at this point, because it's a weapon that depends on sharking, and sharks love blind corners, they love ledges. Well,
What I'd like to do is get Nito underneath the front ledge, but
yes.
I don't know if he feels safe for that, or if in this situation he had the opportunity to go there. I think just during this match as well, like, I guess, like, you can see that me and Nito are basically head-to-head a lot of the times this game. So it's either, like, I figure that out and maybe call if he can go forward, or figure out which way we're going, because if
Make
he's back by
control,
me,
make
then
sure we
there's
have the
something
corners.
that's threatening him.
I'm
I
sure
need
Nito
to-
absolutely wants to go forward.
Yeah, I'm sure, but
Like,
I
that's
just
the whole
didn't have enough
challenge.
information of how.
The whole challenge of the tri-slosher is once you get forward, you win. But how do you get forward? And this is one of the maps that really exposes that, especially out in mid. Like, there's just a whole ton of open ground. And so unless we get, like, a lot of paint, anytime that he tries to swim forward, he's risking someone painting that trail. And he's also risking the rest of his team not being able to move in with him and try and help. Like, once he gets behind mid here, who's actually going to be in position to crossfire if someone drops on him or something? Like, he's in enemy territory at that point. So another thing is that the tri-slosher, especially down in the lower left area, tri-slosher doesn't have that much range. Like, it'll reach over the ledge, but not very
Yeah,
far. And so
it's
it's
still
relatively
a
easy for him to
threat.
back up.
And
So-
kind of what it does is act as the threat, and then, like, I can also do, like,
fire for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll back the leader up a bit and distract it.
Yeah.
So then I kind of
Leader's
watch
walking up.
around underneath or possibly get the
Then
quick
Gal
distract.
and
If I miss, then
another
of course
friend are
I
on the
gotta
right.
move around. But specifically, if Nito's up there, it's my job to protect him.
Yeah, Sasha.
So it's
I think
just,
Nito he's back here because he tried to push in on right and got forced away.
okay, and then back.
And
away,
he's
okay.
having to retreat in this direction because otherwise he gets cornered.
You're watching over.
I'm being left. I'm
Sasha,
going for
52
leader.
for now.
Nope.
Oh, I see.
And like that's kind of how it goes for a tri-slosher.
And
Like
then-
you start to move in, and then they
Okay,
paint
and
the
then Cook was on top there. Okay.
and then
I
they
had them
paint the spot
backwards.
where you're trying to go in, and now you're like, okay, well now I have to back up and just spend another 8 seconds before I can be a weapon again.
Okay.
Flying lots.
Now I'm not a huge fan of because you've already fired a bunch of shots from over here. I'm not a huge fan of how
Yeah.
Nito is also firing shots from the same position. Because this is going to alert people that, you know, even if the heavy isn't there anymore, there is still someone else here, and then you try to peek the same direction at the same time.
I could have
Um,
also taken more time to heal on the wall. Oh, that would have been
I'm
helpful
gonna.
too.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, like my thought there was you've got to swim up the
Alright.
wall.
Nice one more right. Oh.
I
Maybe
could have used that to get out too, just plain as day. I could have healed on the wall and got out. Cause
You
I
probably
also,
couldn't have
like I said,
jumped
didn't
out,
respect the thing.
but what you could do there is get up the wall and then squid roll off the wall, use the squid roll armor to go down through the whales, and then maybe jump or pop Kraken or something.
I mean, before like the whale even went off, I could have used the wall to like get rid of whatever fires were
Leader is
underneath and be
setting on
above
lock.
it and then jump out.
Uh,
I actually do that a lot,
You weren't-
and it saves my life.
You weren't really
This-
hurt
this-
that much.
Yeah,
in
this
this
point
situation?
in particular, it's not good. Again, I didn't respect that they could have been close to whale
I'm being
either.
left. I'm
Sasha,
going for
52
leader.
for now.
Like from here, the only ink that the only damage you're taking here is just from your feet being painted.
Flying lots.
Leader is setting on left.
So it's not like you got hit by anything there. But from here, what I'm thinking is, since you don't have space to like retreat or anything, you swim up the wall, wait for the whale to catch up to you there, squid roll back off the wall. Now it has to spend a
Yeah.
whole bunch of time going back down, and you're able to stay on this one narrow line where you have cover from everybody, and then decide to either pop your invincibility special or super jump out. So if we have all the time in the world to come up with that plan, that's probably what you try to do.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
shoot.
I just cannot think that fast enough. And even with squid rolling, like I don't have it down by like natural movement yet. Like squid rolling is like the mechanic I just cannot get at the moment that I'm trying to do. But because I think about it, I don't do it. And then when I don't think about it, I do it. And sometimes I squid roll when I don't want to, and it's like it puts me in a worse situation. I'm like, because it's
Yeah,
just like if someone quick fired like quick, how do you squid roll? I'm like be something.
You just gotta jump off the wall.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
and it's just habits I don't have naturally like ingrained to me yet, but. And you'll notice that in the next part when I play a shooter too, because that is a big downfall. So
So just to for those who might have had trouble following, like I'm thinking whale goes out, you swim up the wall here, get the whales to look up
Jump
at you,
backwards.
squid roll off, you armor through them on the way down, and then from here you
And
can,
then
you know,
jump out.
jump out, you can pop special. But it buys you a lot of time, is what squid rolling does. And you run into this a lot in frontline engagements, where, like, I will be kind of pinned down a little bit, and so I'll get up on the wall so that they don't have a good angle on me, and then when they do finally come around to where they can hit me from the wall, I squid roll and throw off their aim, and then I have mine on. That's a really common tactic that I am able to use when I'm in a position with very little space to run around. This jump off the wall, the squid roll off the wall, is I think the most useful squid roll. I think that particular mechanic probably changes Splatoon 3 more than anything other than the map design. So that's something that I think is always worth considering and to try and work into your play. The grounded squid rolls are a lot more situational, and there are definitely times for them, but it's also just not the easiest thing to find a good use case for. So.
I know
Jump.
I've done it before. It's just keeping it consistent.
Like think of it at least as a source of armor, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Nice one more right. Oh.
Because the answer to a killer whale is often just a squid roll. Like, it's
It really is.
probably the single best counter strategy that you can find to it. And so using the squid roll from the wall, you know, not really that different in that respect than using it from the ground.
Yeah, they got me really quick.
They're going left.
Splash
Okay,
shot,
we have a
middle yard.
pity. 40 seconds. I'm gonna build up Kraken, make sure I don't die. I'm gonna keep paint up in mid in the meantime.
I think we just saw someone out on the left here, or some
There's
paint go
one
down.
hiding in that
That's
left.
what I thought. Now that I'm seeing
I'm
this
gonna build
back.
up Kraken, make sure I don't die. I'm
We
gonna
see
keep paint up in mid
bucket
in the
shots going
meantime.
over around the left. Yeah, there's an explosion or something over here.
Yeah, there's something there, but I couldn't tell what it was.
There's one hiding in that left corner where I was
I'm on it.
firing.
Kid jumps
They
out.
jumped.
Yeah, I'm fighting Plaid.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
make sure
scared
we
them
have
out.
more clams. 25 seconds.
Yeah, at this point, like, you're far enough back that I'd probably just be swimming around looking for clams frantically. We actually don't need more clams. We just need to make sure that a power goes in. And so maybe that's what the extra clams are for.
We only
Yeah.
need to get one push. We have a bit more amount of time to
I threw
charge.
clams up.
I'm down.
At this... Ooh. So I think the game plan here is just, like, since all you need is a single power clam, I think the game plan here is just play around the Kraken. Just cheese them. I don't think they can
Wait
stop...
for it.
We
Wait
only
don't think
have
they can
one
stop
push.
you.
We
Keep
have a bit more
going.
amount of time
Just
to
I
keep-
threw
charge.
clams up.
I'm down.
Yep. Okay, I can't die. I'm gonna set up for Kraken play.
Do I
I
grab
also
power
did a
then?
really weird.
I
movement
can't.
path
Someone
here.
else will have to.
Just keep going. You'll see it.
Yeah, you back up really far right here, where, like, I think if you're going for the Kraken play, wouldn't it be better to just shark into position down, like, here or something, so that you can just squid roll up and then be there?
They can shoot it off because there was somebody up there. So that would block it. The optimal Kraken play is to just go straight forward up the ramp.
What I'm thinking is, like, you sit down here until they don't know you're there. And so they don't check, like, random corner X over here. And then when they try to push up, that's when you go for it.
Okay.
I can throw it to
Uh,
you. I'm gonna. Okay, get ready.
I don't even know why.
Because
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
do that.
get into myself into
We
spot
need
here.
something else. Get sure Kraken in.
I'm working on a pick. 52 is right here with me.
Going in.
Coming behind.
I'm in.
I'm jumping.
So there's the jump.
And we're nope.
Okay, that's... Unless they had a bomb in place...
What happened is Risu didn't actually throw the clam as soon as they landed.
Yeah, that's...
They went to try to get a pick, which was unfortunate. So
The pick does not win you the game, the clam wins you the game. So...
yeah, because I had a turnaround way, and I mentioned this, like, every time when I'm doing this Kraken cheese thing, generally everybody is in front unless if one is legitimately just respawning. So I will Kraken, pause to get them to jump in, go over here, turn around, and at that point in time they're moving backwards. It's how I play it out. You'll see. I play it exactly how
Yeah,
I'm
we're
trying to
nope.
speak it. So I'll turn around, and then I'm in a place where I can just splat them because they're being pushed back by other
No,
teammates.
I shouldn't have.
And it's just unfortunate because we lost the clam on the jump in
Yeah,
because
that...
we didn't throw it right away. So
Unless-
it was there, but it was just, a mishap.
We can't see whether there was a bomb there or not. I know one of them that was guarding was a 52, which wouldn't have that ability. They might be able to wall them if they're cracked, but otherwise, no. I think that's just on Risu for not throwing the clam. I don't think there's anything else that you could have done differently there. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, even back from when I was on the Grillers in 2018, like, and well, more like 2019 because that was the first month, but even back in as early as 2019, I know that if I give you that jump from, like, my Kensa Dooley's baller, that you hit that clam throw every single time. Like,
I spammed the button.
right, like, you, even from back then, were mechanically capable of making that happen. So if this is going to be a part of the team's playstyle on Clam Blitz, that we need to be able to make these kinds of jump throws, then literally get in a PV and practice them with them. Because, like, in a tournament circumstance, like, Risu just kind of needs to be able to hit that one. So
Yeah, I think in this case, we talked about it afterwards here, and I put a little bit there, is that, one, I guess Risu didn't realize that when I called it was actually in jump position. So then afterwards I talk about to Risu how, like, I have experience of this. I did this all the time. I will call you when you are able to jump it in. You have to trust me.
See, even in that situation, even if like Hito doesn't know for sure, as they're flying in, they should be able to ascertain that just by seeing where their landing point is. Like the clam jump can be very, very consistent as long as there is not a bomb on your landing and the landing is close enough to the basket. As long as those two things are the case, then it should go in every time. And you can see that your landing is going to be close enough as you're flying in. So that just comes down to, I think, practice that skill a little bit more, and then you'll have it down for future clam blitz pushes.
Okay, I need to take a quick bathroom break before we start. So.
Sure thing. All right. Hello, chat. I can see you now. Hello, Umi Quackity. Jem, when Devvy comes back, ask her what the X button does in game. Ha. I don't know. Devvy, I think, is very aware of her teammates' positions, and like that it kind of comes naturally from her being in a far backline position. Because thinking about it, I don't think there was much that like caught her out there. I guess the one place where she might have been able to use it was when she was looking for that one player on the left and trying to spot which direction they'd run off to. That might have been a useful time to use the map, but I don't think she was hurting too much for how little she used it. Very important question, Mango or Armada? The kid in me says Mango and the adult in me says Armada. You decide which one's right. What's an Armada? In case that's a serious question, Mango and Armada are two melee players. Two of the greatest of all time. What about the Boxman? What about him? You back?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So
All set?
for this one, we can focus more on individual, because whenever I'm flexing, one, you can see the lack of confidence in the weapon. Right now, T-Tech has been the shooter that seems to agree with me the most.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be able to see the hesitation and just lots of mechanical mistakes, and it's just kind of, especially on this map, it's like, okay, I'm usually playing the ranged weapon on this map. Now we can see what they're throwing out at us with the comp on the other side, and I'm sitting here like
So you exist on this comp to stop them from crab tanking.
yeah,
That is the single
and
thing you can do.
that's kind of the main thing. I was like, okay, I can hide around middle, then I can be close to when one of them peaks. I don't have a full on, like, I'm still working on a main T-Tech build. Right now I have more of the supportive T-Tech build, but I don't have when I'm replacing the front line. Because in this case we swapped Cookie out and we brought in 9-4. Here, who's on the blob this time. And
Wait, so this isn't Risu on the blob?
No, Reese is on the Viper.
You have multiple blob players? How did that happen?
It happened. Anyway,
That's 3 people on your team who can play blob blobber.
I mean, yes. So it's an interesting time. So we have options with blobs, which is actually kind of funny for a couple maps. But anyway, for here, this one's definitely more an individual because I know like I am really weak on here. I'm still figuring out how to flex. So, and like these guys are still going around it. So I'm trying to process how would a frontliner take these fights? And then I still find myself like, wait, I'm in a backline spot. I need to move. And you'll see that happen a couple times when they're trying to push, where I'm kind of like taking cover, but at the same time I'll realize like I need to be over on like the left or something, and you'll see my movements there. Sometimes it gets me killed and all that, and yeah, you will find out in the thing. But anyway, just kind of how I approach different fights, because it's like my awareness goes absolutely out the window when I'm on a shot right now.
Okay. Really quick to chat. Hungrybox is the Drake of Melee. I will not be elaborating. Moving on. One of the things that's probably going to make it difficult for you to maintain the same level of awareness that you have on your main weapon is mechanical unfamiliarity, but because that's going to take up more of your attention, just figuring out how to work the weapon. Another thing is that I've talked about this with you before, that being further back gives you more information naturally. So
Yes.
on the front line, you rely a lot more on what you hear other people doing, and you rely a lot more on just expecting your team to follow up with you when you decide to do something. So, oops, that was not what we wanted the spacebar to do. Okay.
Oh no, bunch of crabs. Anyways.
Yeah.
By the way, are you seeing it okay on Discord? Because I do have a window half over it, but if that window is okay to be there, then I'd actually like to keep it there.
It seems fine.
Okay, cool.
Splashes as ninja. Wait.
Oh, I didn't actually look at my map this time. Oh my god.
You didn't look at it in the previous game. Somebody else pointed that out.
Oh, what?
It might just
It
have
was
been a streak of...
It was a little bit further in, but I know it was there because I checked it for respawn Punisher.
Yeah, you checked it at the very beginning for their gear, and then I don't think you opened the map again after that.
Not in the middle, but I always looked at it when I was respawning. But I didn't in the middle. I could have a few times in the middle. Again, I was really off towards here, and I'm having a lot
I
of
don't think it
trouble
would have
processing
been...
things.
I don't think it would have made a huge difference in the last game. Like, in the last game, maybe that one player you were chasing over on the left and you couldn't figure out where they went, maybe the
It
map would
could've-
have helped you,
yeah.
but...
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. I'm down.
Yep, I've been there.
Immediate error.
Welcome.
Yep. I was like, oh no.
That is a certified gem moment.
Look at me
So,
in your shoes.
the
Literally, I'm wearing the red shoes.
the warning sign here is the spinny. When you see
Oh,
the
yeah.
spinny, you fear. You don't have to fear because you are the spinny. But
That's the funny part, because I see it and it's just like, okay, I know the range, respect it. Did I just, you know, I was like, okay, go out this side. But again, I also just ran straight forward. I didn't even look at the map. I would have known that if I would have actually looked, because there's paint right there. I was going for pop and just forgot everything I ever knew.
I think what might be happening here is that you have a plan for how to roll out that you want to execute, and so you're just going for it. Are you wearing Ninja Squid?
Yeah.
No, you're not. So they're going to see you swimming here.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
I'm down.
The build that I'm working on does, but I have like a back and forth between two because, like I said, I have one more supporter build, which is this one. It's all I have right now, and my other one is under construction, which doesn't have many things that the shot needs right now. So it's 3/4 done at least, but
And I wouldn't say that it's necessary to run Ninja Squid on a shot, but if you're...
It's just a backup thing, because I don't think I'm necessarily going to, unless, like, if I have to really try to replace Cookie, then I probably will. But in a general sense, I don't. So...
the big thing is that if you're going to make certain plays, then you want Ninja Squid. And so you weigh...
I thought about that here.
You weigh the value of it by how aggressively you want to play, specifically how sharky you want to play, because you can play aggressively without necessarily needing the Ninja Squid, but I'm going to roll out onto Scorch. Was this Rainmaker? Yeah, Rainmaker.
Yeah, Rainmaker scored.
I'm going to roll out onto Scorch really quick and talk a little bit about the positions I like taking and what I like to do here. Oops.
Is the left side generally favored? Because I think I see that typically a lot, but I never know. It just depends on how really the other ranged weapon kind of rolls out.
So you're going to roll out and you're going to go for pop, which probably means you're going to be dropping through here. You're going to be getting a bomb through there, making sure you don't accidentally stick it to the ceiling if you're running Neo Splash. And then you get the pop. And from here, the paint you have to work with gets you around mid, but it gets you nothing else. And so it feels safe to go in and do something like this, and it can be if they're not watching their angles. But at your level, if you just try and like sneak in right here, you'd better have a target that's immediately going to go down, because there's going to be someone who's going to be looking at you for that exact play. So typically from here, if I see that there's someone there and they know I'm here, I'm just going to paint this and back up. Make sure I have a way, you know, for example, I can go back up to here now and use this. And how do they approach me? If they want to approach me, they're taking themselves out of play. So that's a way that you can retreat to if they do end up forcing you.
I use that block a lot. Even as a backline, I actually use that right block.
So left side, like, one nice thing about it is that it's a very short distance before you can get into here.
Yeah,
but
there's a blind side, though.
The thing to be careful about is that backliners and midliners know that you're going to try and do that. They know that this is, like, a safer way to move forward. It lets you, you know, right side peek this and kind of sneak underneath this. So they're often going to put like a bucket up top here, and if there's a bucket up here, you just don't go there. You also need to be very careful about charger sight lines. Like, there are times where you can kind of sneak in and get shots like this on them, and that can work especially in tandem with a longer ranged weapon, and you can hit people that way.
But they're typically watching that sight line.
But yeah, like, you need to be doing that in a situation where you know they're looking at something else, and that's when you can go for that. So that's...
Yep.
This is, again, why I'm asking, like, why do you have Ninja Squid or not? Because if you have Ninja Squid, what you do is you get into this position without them knowing, then they look at someone else, then you shoot them. And that's when you make that sort of play. And it's the same deal over here. Like, if you get enough paint over here to start pushing the right side, you get over here, and then you just sit here. And you wait until nobody's looking, and then you get up to here. Or you just, like,
and
swim
just
around
keep
like
going
this.
forward.
Wherever you're least likely to get pre-fired. But as the shot, like, you're just not in a position to actually force your way in there against a weapon like the Nautilus. And this is something that I learned from FLC in the video that I put out today. That, like, if you're up against, like, a Bamboo, a Nautilus, a 52 gal, you kind of just can't push them in the front door. You have to get a side angle. You have to take some time and figure out an angle where they're not looking. You have to pause.
Go through the living room window.
Yeah, you have to pause for long enough, and you can't just go through the living room window while they're guarding the front door.
Yeah,
you have you have to ding-dong ditch them, get them to go check the front door, make them go, huh, I guess I just got ding-dong ditched, and then wait until they walk back to the computer where they were hanging out before you go in the living room window. So you can't just, like, you know, move right into this position and then flank them, because they're going to see you coming in. You've got to have them, like, shoot a little bit over here and make them feel satisfied that there's nobody there, then use paint that they left behind to kind of hopscotch your way in here, and then get into position and go for something. And that's when you're actually going to get the jump on a Nautilus. So.
And also with the T-Tech, with the access to the splat bomb, again, if I would have, you know, looked and actually recalled what I know and played a little bit patient there, I can also, like, decoy with splat bombs and kind of either push them back with that, peek out when I know it's safe to peek out, because of course, splatling charge. Yay. And then just go when it's there, but just typically on these openings, I'm rushing too much. I just need a bit more patience.
Yeah, one other thing to be worried about with the bomb throwing thing, is, like, a lot of, like, Splatoon 2 Splattershot juniors got this idea that all they had to do was throw bombs. And I
won't do it.
And I don't think that's ever been true. One issue with that is that if you think about what's actually safe in mid right when you get pop, it's basically from this point on the map up to this point on the map-ish.
Yeah, it's just around the wall.
And
that's it.
That means that if you're all the way out on this far end, you only have one direction you can actually retreat in. So you need to know, if you're gonna get aggressed in this direction, that number one, someone else isn't also pulling aggro in your direction, and number two, that when you pull aggro in this direction, you're not pulling it on top of one of your teammates. There are some cases where the better retreat option is actually just to get up over the top and dive in like this and try and get behind them and work your way in while they flank. Because if you go this way, you run into the main body of them. If you go this way, you don't have any teammates because your teammates are all fighting on left. So sometimes you might just have to kind of sneak in into one of these kinds of angles and
I love
use
those
the area
ones.
over top mid.
Yes, I love trying to do those ones, but I generally take them at the wrong time.
And it's also a big mechanical check, because if
It
you
is,
screw
yeah.
up your ledge cancel there, you can
You're
definitely die.
gone. Yep.
So, anyway, we'll get back to it.
Back in 2.
I forgot how to squid rope.
So, Hito is out here on the left, and there's not a lot of an escape route painted here. What I would like to see is for 9-5 to be painting this area so that they can just back up in the way that they want to run.
Briefly. Left. 2.
Okay, it looks like they're doing that,
Well,
Yeah.
but they're not able to get there in time.
they're weak left.
I might die.
Ooh, I would definitely have jumped to the... Because, like, you've got 2 players that are up here, right?
2.
I would have jumped to the one who's further back, rather than jumping to 9-5, because
The
9-5,
reason
like...
why, yeah, this is a thing here. It's just like like where I went down at the start. It's just I didn't look at the map there, and then I was just like, oh, okay. It just, for some reason, my brain thought that my own death was somebody else who just died under right. So we can see I'm just like, okay, Nito's gonna get pressed next. So I ended up going to the left, but then I look at this back, and I'm like, oh my god, nope.
And here, like, 9-5 is engaged, and there are 2 enemy players right here that are pushing on the player who's right in front of them. So it is definitely possible they win this and push through. But Nito, you can just be like, hey, Nito, back up. And then Nito would back up, and you would jump to Nito.
Yeah,
Well,
I also
I'm-
could have
they're-
just
they're
probably
weak
just
left.
swung
I
forward
might die.
normally.
But you're good from
I'm
there.
good,
I
they're
think
weak
you're...
left.
So,
Squid rope.
from here, I think what's happening is, like, you're seeing
Well,
the
they're
mark
weak left.
on this player as you come in, and you're like, oh, shoot, there's someone right here. But this is the player, remember, who you were just looking at the map, who's below the ledge. So you don't have to worry about them. You're actually scared about these guys here.
Yep.
From this position, I would definitely
might die.
back up if I'm scared instead of trying to go forward. Because if I go forward, I get stuck in this corner, and something with longer range can just push me in. Whereas if I back up, I can paint this area first and then go back into it.
At this point, I saw where they were. That's why I went over here.
Okay.
I knew
Right
they
below
dispersed, so
Got
that's
one.
why I was over there.
There's
And then
one
it
more.
was the one on the block that came back in that I actually fully wasn't aware of.
Right below.
So I took the one fight, and then of course tracking go we.
Right
and
here,
then,
I would just call pushing ramp so that my team knows to follow up. It looks like 9-5 is already looking, but
yeah,
you
I
get
think
another
someone called
frontliner
that
over
player,
here.
And
Got one.
I think was
There's
there a
one more
call
that's
for that
weak.
player down under the ledge?
Here, let me listen.
I might die.
One's right below our...
So I heard one's right below, which is the one that you're going for, I think, unless it's Nito saying that there's someone over on your right.
Okay, so that's
This
probably where
player,
I confused.
this player is not called, but we knew that there were 2 earlier. And in any case that you're pushing, you just call that you're pushing. It's the same thing that I was talking about with, you to bring up with your frontliners when you're on the back line. If they're taking
Yeah.
a fight and they don't call it, like, tell them to call that fight. Same thing
Yeah.
here. You're taking an engagement. If someone tries to move in and trade this back, even if you don't see them there, you have the backup just in case.
It is
got
very
one.
difficult to do.
There's one more
so
that's weak,
just,
though.
I know as frontliners trying to call in, it is very difficult to
They
do.
jumped.
That's
There's one under right.
that's the
Nice.
I'm not.
One's back
I'm
mid.
down.
Back mid.
Jump. That does it.
Um,
No,
I
There's one under
don't
right.
look to
Nice.
those.
Yeah.
One's back mid.
I... So
I can just
wh-
swim into these.
while
They
you're...
jumped.
I'm just looking at, like, collecting information from this position.
There's one under right.
Um,
Nice.
When
One's
you, like, initiate the super jump,
back mid.
down.
Back mid.
it kind of cuts your vision a little bit. Once you're at this point in the air, I'm always turning the map off and looking down where I'm about to land, because I can usually get more information about what threatens me from that than I can from the map.
that does it.
And Okay, I guess part of it is that there's this pole on the way. But, like, on the way down, I would want to be able to see if there are any shots being fired or anything. I'm also, if you don't know specifically where an opponent is, I don't like the drop of the splat bomb as you land, because that's just going to give away that you just landed there. It's entirely possible that you land here, and with your stealth jump, they didn't see you. So,
There was one underneath, but I think I don't know
One's
what
back
time
mid,
it got
back mid.
splatted at, so it's just...
because, like, someone got splatted
was
here,
right
and there's
there.
no new
Yeah,
green
the-
ink getting put down.
Oh.
So, I think all that's happening is there's an inkjet in front of you. But now that the bomb has been rolled, the inkjet knows you're here.
Yep.
So that's another piece of, like, denying the opponent's information, and that's kind of what you have to do when you shark. You just make it so that you're not giving them knowledge of where you are. A little bit scary there. And that bomb also is not going to land anywhere threatening, so just don't throw it.
Try and go around.
All
Oh,
right.
never mind. Okay, trying to help you. There's a lot.
Should have waited. I didn't
I-
see the person up.
I'm not a...
Go
I think
around.
the big thing here is just that Risu is in an ocean of green. I don't know what you
Yeah.
can do from here to help, but the one thing, because the one property of the wiper is that it paints a line in front of it better than any weapon in the game. So it can get out of here if it's trying to move in that direction, and I get like you trying to paint its feet so that Hito can run away. But if we take a second and figure out where Hito is being threatened from, we realize that it's coming from the left side. So Hito's fine if they go to the right, but if you turn to the right to paint while he's going there, now this
Then they
player
know.
just goes on you.
There's a lot of fire. There's two here. There's
let me-
two here. There's two
I'm
here.
on my own.
Never mind. Okay, trying to help you.
So here I think we kind of just have to let Hito go in and do his thing, because, like, he chose this life. You didn't choose this life for him. But we kind of end up dropping
There's
off a
lot of
legend
fire.
enemy
there's
ink.
two here. There's
To
two
go
here.
after
There's
it.
two here.
On my own.
And then it's rest in
I
peace.
I was not though.
Yeah.
Why do I have this?
Because you were dropped into it. Anyway, up by their goal. Yep. I'm gonna.
So yeah, same thing there. I think you want to be cutting the map a little bit sooner so that you see where you're landing and have time to process information on your way down.
At that point, I know it was like I knew
Because
it was
you were dropped
completely
into it.
pink, so I was keeping an eye on their snipe.
Anyway, up by their goal.
At what was going up there next.
Because,
So
like,
that was
Do I have
what I
this?
was looking
From
at.
Because
here-
you were dropped into it.
so like right here, at about this point, I would drop the map. Because once you get to about here in your super jump, you can still see what's going on snipe because you're up in the air.
Anyway, up by their
Yeah.
But from here, now it's a little bit disorienting as you take the map out, because now you have to collect that information
goal. Yep.
in that split second. You have a little bit less time to see, so
I'm gonna go run
that's
across.
probably what I would do.
No one in front of you yet.
There's a crab by me.
I like the idea in theory, not in execution.
Yeah. No, I had the idea, and I'm like.
And again,
Could have went around it on the
No,
bottom.
again, the problem is just information. Like that bomb, they didn't need to know that you were coming, but now they do, and they know that while you're still crossing the grates, and you can't actually have an impact yet. What you want to do is just get across without showing yourself, drop down, put a little speck of paint right here, collect information, figure out who's not looking at you, and then move to a position where you can attack them. Like if the crab doesn't know that you're
There's a
here,
crab by me.
then you can just use this for cover because they're looking away from you.
Right,
So if
yeah.
you're dropped down here and they didn't see you, now you can figure out like, okay, so all I have to do now is dot to the left, I'm behind them, shoot them. And you have that plan ready to go before you have to press the buttons. But now what's happening is that because you're committed already before you have the information and before you know what the best play is, you lose a lot of time figuring it out, and that's what's going to make you feel scrambled. Like, I don't think you're actually a slow thinker. I think that what's happening in these positions is that you don't have a plan and you're having to come up with it on the fly intuitively. You're putting yourself in positions where you have to think faster than you would normally need to.
I'm just going.
Because at that point, like, unless you're headshotting the rider, there's no way out. So the thing about a lot of frontline plays is that what happens before the enemy knows you're there is extremely important. If because once you reveal yourself, that is a very critical point in the engagement where you need to have won an advantage over them before that happens. Otherwise, it's either a coin flip or worse. And here, like, they have the advantage because they have the crab tank out. So what I probably would have done at this point is either, drop back behind the pedestal, at which point now this guy has to waste his entire crab playing Ring Around the Rosie with you. Or if you are sure you're going to go down, you don't have your feet painted or something, just go for headshots, because you're up above them, and you can actually probably hit that angle.
It did it dumb. The crab's on the left.
Spider's
Watch
on
the
me
left,
right
watch
now.
the left, watch the left.
Yeah, I like the call, watch the left. That's probably where they're going to start getting pushed from
I'll
next.
back off soon, though,
Yep, behind.
And there, see, that was
Left,
really
watch the
good,
left,
where you
watch the
had
left.
the map open
I'll back off.
open for a brief moment, but then right here, this is exactly where you want to be able to see everything. So this is where I want you closing the map every time, because you have everything that you need right there.
Soon, though,
Yep, behind.
Oh, they're weak, they're weak.
I'm gonna
down.
die in front. I'm marked. Just
I'm
gonna hold.
not.
Yep. So
Oh, they're weak,
good
they're weak.
job there.
I'm-
Generally, you are marked.
Die in-
So here, like, staying behind cover is only doing you so much good. At this point, like, if they want to go after you, if they think they have an advantage over you, they're gonna go regardless of whether they can see you or not, because they can see you here. So at this point, you probably just back up and keep cover at an angle between you and them for as long as possible before you get further back. But it's also it is good that you're like down in the ink healing the whole
I'm
time,
gonna hold off for a
One of us
second.
pops crab.
and you stay
For the
back.
most part.
No, I
So that was good and disciplined. The issue at this point is that they have enough green here and enough green here that they can push you on both the right and the left. You want to be able to stop one of those at least from happening. So that means you being the paint support, you want to paint either the left side or the right side here. I would probably paint the left side since there's someone who's already showing that they want to go that way.
No,
No, it's on the left.
More than like putting the bomb there, I just don't want them to be able to swim up here after my bomb is gone.
Yeah, I saw they were doing the charge hold back thing, so I was like, okay, I'll put there.
Knots
and
on
then
the
I
left.
went in too far. Because I saw the blobs and was like, okay, I can use the blobs.
So-
No, there's rain.
So like what I do, because what a shark can do from this position is they swim through here, and granted it's a nautilus, so it's not going to be sharking, but they swim through here, they put one dot of paint on this spot, and then they can immediately access you.
Yeah.
So what I would do is paint this corner right here, see if the nautilus is going to shoot at me. If they are, then obviously I back up and, throw a bomb or something. But if they don't shoot at me, then I also paint this. And now, even though I know the nautilus is there and I'm not able to push them, I also know that it's going to take them a while to be able to push that side, and I have time to do something else before they do.
No,
We
I
just going for it.
Considering
from
how
here-
close I was to strikes, I could have just literally just played it that way. And
Right,
I
and gotten the strikes.
Yep.
Because now what's happening is you want to move forward, but you can't because you're threatened from both of these angles. And so the only way that you can exist is either to stand where you currently are, in which case you're going to get pushed, or to back further up, in which case they're going to push up for free. So this way it lets us actually fight something if they try to rush us on right and slows them down more.
No,
Knots on the
feel
left.
I can make bad decisions.
But you'll notice, like, the Nautilus does actually get back into this fight, and that's in
Yeah.
part because there's so much paint over there, and that kind of forces you forward, and now you're stuck.
I'm dead.
I mean, if you're gonna go down anyway, you might as well pop the strikes.
Fair.
Just get some smoke screen out, get something they have to dodge, waste a little bit more time than you would have otherwise. I don't know what else you could have done in that position. Like, what a top player probably does is try and just go for a trade with the main weapon off of mechanical play, but like, you're probably gonna go down there one way or the other.
Underneath the right. Underneath the right.
Down.
No, back left too.
Yeah, at this point we're calling help Hito, and like
Fine.
get over on the left and pinch between Rain and Hito there. And 9-5 is in that kind of a position, which is
Nope,
good,
I'm down.
but not enough help to Hito because there was another player there. I think from
No, back
here, if Nito gets in there and starts like firing around the right side here, I think this works. The play that Risu makes, because Risu's really patient here. They only go in once they know that someone's watching. It's just the person who's watching is a bloblobber, and the pressure that a bloblobber exerts is going to get there very slowly, to the point where it's a lot less impactful when it does.
I'm sharking in the corner.
Yeah, like Nito, Risu calls I'm sharking in the corner, and then the next thing that happens is he's rushing the Rainmaker and dying. So that's not a great call on Risu's part, but I think I also want to see Nito working their way up to the right to help this, because you are at advantage right now. We've got enough picks, and it feels like they're scared that there's someone below them or something.
Yep, I'm down.
I like that bomb.
Rain's
We get
down.
our picks, and the other player's isolated
Oh, I
from
hit him
us.
once.
There's actually one in mid right in front of me.
Right, I knew about that, and I was like, the reason that the bomb was really good was that it isolates the guard from the Rainmaker. Like,
Yeah.
this creates a 1v1 between you and them.
Push it. It herds them into one direction where I can just focus on. Especially when there's a block there, I need them to go into a specific direction.
Yeah, like, because what you needed was for the guard to not be here. If the guard is here, you lose the 1v2. But it's not a 1v2 because you've got cover in between you and the only direction that the guard could have gone. So that's why this works so well. And then from here, the next thing that I'm thinking might happen is that the guard comes around this way at me. So that's probably what I probably actually would have hidden behind the block here, worried that they were going to come behind me. But it looks like somebody else spooked them, and so they ran someplace else.
I hit him once.
And here I would just be calling their location so that you know, so that your team knows where to look.
Ah, I'm in trouble.
Back up. On it. Yep, backing up.
I'm just gonna shark mid.
Watch out. You're outnumbered there.
Yeah, I like not jumping in
I'm
there.
trapped.
Nito
Got
feels like they're in a scary
Alright,
place.
One's gonna be up on
No, I'm down.
Good play from Hito getting the trade there, honestly, because that'll slow them down a lot, and now we can probably start taking space back. Ooh, we're dropping off Legend Enemy Inc.
Oh, yep.
And not only that, we've done the only thing that's even scarier than that. We threw a bomb before we dropped off a Legend Enemy Inc.
Oh, yeah.
So they knew we were there, and they started looking at us, and then we did that. So I expect that we're probably going down here. Okay, the rain is probably going to force them back enough that you don't go down for this. Wait, no, never mind.
I messed up.
Okay, so you don't get punished for that. If you don't think the ballpoint is going to have charge, you could potentially try to drop a bomb on this, but the timing window is really tight. I would probably just let them drop and try to figure out where to go next.
Yeah.
Because you've got the
I could've
rain
also
coming in to
put
push them off, and they've kind of... you don't have a ton of help. Oh, that's what it is. The ballpoint is committed to dropping off here. That's really what seals it for you. So since they run away from the rain, now you're able to get up. And at this point, you probably do just go after them.
I could have just used the main weapon, but I didn't, and then focused objective, and then was like, why am I doing this? I could have went the other way.
These shots right here are, again, you giving away a lot of information. They don't know exactly where you are until you fire these shots, but now they know where to put the Rainmaker shot, and it immediately gets put on you.
I couldn't get up in time. Okay, there's two left, one right.
So.
One checking.
They're all gonna try and come in
they're waiting.
forward together.
Nice. Yeah, they're waiting for specials, probably. Nice.
Saw one.
There's someone on the right here. Yep, nice.
Knots,
3 down.
There's a Knots also on the right.
And whenever you're going to get off a ledge, always swim off instead of jumping off. It's going to take you longer and get you less far if you jump.
I'm not sure where. Trying to track. Got him.
Nice. Oh no.
I'm not sure where. Trying to track.
So here they're marked, and when they start moving back toward you, like,
Oh
it's...
No,
It is a
I'm
little bit
not
confusing
here.
because it looks like they're further away than they are at
Rain.
first, but I think they're like, that sneaks up on us a little too much. We want to be like pre-firing that sooner.
It just caught me off guard because I didn't actually expect them to go that way. I'm not even
no.
kidding.
I'm gonna be in trouble here. Yep.
I
So
could've
here,
Up.
yeah, staying in the corner is exactly what you want to do, and you call your teammate in to help you so that if they try to walk around, they're getting shot from that angle.
I'm gonna.
if you're going to squid roll there, the problem with squid rolling is just that you land in a spot where they can still hit you. So
Yep.
you want to be able to use it to either get out of range or get behind cover, and that's any burst movements like dualies, dodge rolls, squid rolls, whatever else. If at the end of it you are not out of range or behind cover, it would be better not to use them at all. So here, you want to use it to actually get behind the Rainmaker goal. And if you do that, then you can right side peek them, and now you're in a good position.
You in trouble here? Yep. Nice pinch.
Got one.
One's on the upper snipe. One's behind the left side of their the
Yep,
clam
I'm
goal.
down. Good. Oh, but what? How'd I get him?
Knots down.
Yeah. I don't hate that bomb in that, you know, if there is someone there, you want them out of there. But it's really easy for bombs like this to not land exactly where you think they will, and for there to be a little speck of space that they can stay in and only take chip damage and then surprise you. So usually I don't go for stuff like that. I'd rather just get up to the pedestal without them knowing I'm here and then sneak around it. And that will probably keep you safer
There
in the long
was,
run.
Nito was
Oh, but what?
firing, so I threw the bomb in behind, kind of, you know, like
Knocks
how I
down.
do booyah bombs and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like a plan B. So I knew it was going to
Oh,
go
but what?
farther than expected, so I just put it there to possibly
down.
trap them, because if I didn't get that, I was going to push it. So
Mm-hmm. So once you get this player, one of the things that does is the zone they're controlling is now safe. And we want to retreat into that once this player starts going after us. Like, as soon as they come up over here, we want to get this pedestal in between us and them.
Here we go.
They're down, they're down, they're down.
Ends up working out, but at that point,
not
like,
ideal.
it's not really your job to be splatting that player. It's more your teammate's job to splat them while they're shooting at you. So you can just kind of retreat and then re-engage once they're not shooting at you anymore. I would definitely paint the left side a little bit more. For one thing, you're close to strikes. For another thing, it's really valuable to be able to hold from the left side over here, because that's the best place for any of their front line to drop out. They'll put their like ballpoint up here on the top right, but everything else wants to come out on that left side. If you're in the way and you've got a bunch of paint down on the ground that they can't use, now they're in trouble. They're getting locked out. But from here, they could literally just drop out
I have strikes. I
and
have
be
strikes.
behind you.
Pick it up and come.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
Well
There you
placed
go.
strikes. Easy, easy.
I have strikes. I have strikes. Pick it up and come.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh,
And that right there is a T-Tech play. You set up bomb, strike, 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 and then shoot people who get displaced because you put them in all of the important places and you win.
There you go.
So, really well played at the end there. So yeah, the big thing I would say for you is that there are a lot of situations, like, yeah, there are little mechanical things here and there, because you're not used to playing this weapon, and that'll happen. But the biggest thing is that you're giving away your position by throwing a bunch of bombs and firing a bunch of shots that are not really aimed at anything. You don't want to fire the weapon until you know it's going to hit something. You don't want to throw a bomb until you know that someone's going to have to move out of its way. Because if you're just doing those things and it's not getting you something like special charge, and you know, painting for special is obviously very different than the kinds of painting and bombs and stuff that we're looking at here that I'm pointing out. If you're not getting something out of those shots, you're giving away information, and so it's a net negative every time. You'd rather them not know where you are and have less paint to work with than the opposite, because if they know where you are, you never know who's setting up an ambush on you. You never know who's like, oh, wait, I outranged that weapon. I'm just going to use my range now. It's too scary for a little T-Tech out in the world. You got to be a little camouflage. Got to be stealthy. So that's the biggest thing I think for you to focus on and to have as your goal toward improving those short range weapons.
Okay.
Anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think that's the main part. I think the other thing, going back to when I'm actually playing range, is the thing where, like, I know how we put where, you know, backing up to keep myself alive and all that stuff. because this is where the conflict happens, is where I'll back up to stay safe in times, but now this is where my brain's reverted. And then it'll get put, oh, we're playing too passive. You need to be up forward more with the front line who's actually in a fight there. And it's like, why did you back up? So now I'm, like, in a conflict of, okay, I have a front line up in this corner. So, like, say, like, we had that fight in the front right of Museum. I'm in middle. And it's like, okay, this is where, like, people, you know, like, where someone should be. And I mean, ideally, it shouldn't be me. But there's a lot of times where it'll be... where it'll end up being me get called out too passive, and then it's just like, no, it should have been here, like in the middle with another one, but maybe more to the left or right. And I'm like, there's an E leader there. There's been a conflict of when you're trying to go out and retreat as a backline, then you're called out as being too passive because the front line sees an opportunity while you're being pushed. And then it's just, okay, like, yes, there's an opportunity here, but consider what's in between the lines, right?
So
and it's,
here's
where do you draw the line? How do you tell people to work between this conflict without just putting the blame on the back line on yourself?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So I made a video about this kind of thing actually a little while back where I talked about like how to give useful workable criticism. And aggressive and passive are not useful criticisms because everyone should be playing aggressive sometimes and passive sometimes. So the important distinction is, when do we want to do one or the other? And the basic answer to that question is you go aggressive when you have an advantage, you go passive when you're at a disadvantage. Now, in the macro scale, which you are very, very good at understanding, better than me, and being aware of at any point in time, on the macro scale of things, I'm not worried. Like, you know when you have advantage, you know when, you know, even if you have a numbers disadvantage, if you're in an advantageous position or have specials or something, and that you can keep the fight going, like, you're good at knowing when the team should be fighting. What I think you're struggling with more here is the individual, like, Slayer-Skirmisher dynamic. Because that was something that I was seeing in your T-Tech gameplay as well. It's that you're not deciding what to do based on whether someone's actively engaged with you or not. You're making the same play regardless of whether they're looking at you or not. You're making the same play regardless of whether you're in danger. And what you want to start learning, especially on these frontline weapons, because it's going to force you to learn it more than the backline will. Backline, you don't care whether someone's looking at you half the time because you outrange everybody, right? But with the frontliner, a lot of the time it's only safe to do something if the opponent is shooting at someone else. And so your goal in approaching a fight is to spot opportunities where they're shooting at someone else and then shoot them. So when you're being shot at, then yes, you have to retreat. Yes, you have to protect yourself. And the difference in, you know, whether you should go aggressive or passive is mainly, is someone shooting at me? Or if I, you know, devote my attention in this direction, will they be able to shoot me in the near future? And so going back to, there was the one moment on in here where you retreated further than I thought you had to. I think it's like here. No, it's not here.
3 down, go.
Is it
Okay,
here? No. There was a moment. We were talking about how I wanted you to just sit behind the spinner, right?
I think it was earlier. I think it was early on, but yes.
Okay.
Oh, I remember where. I can't remember exactly, but I do remember saying just to sit behind the spinner.
Help those guys. Get rid of.
Was it early?
Oh, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
But I do remember you saying that.
Spin.
Yeah, someone else gotta deal with that. I can't get it.
It might be...
I'm chasing
No,
leader.
because you push up here. Where is it? I'm going to go find it, because I want to talk about that situation specifically.
Slash is on the left, on the right side of...
Got one.
Game one.
Watch the block.
Oh, I got sniped
I'll
on the
get
left.
mid.
Never mind.
Flash.
Oh, was
Behind
it
my
where it
block.
was
You
like
can
in the
toss me
middle
climb if
there
you need
where I
down.
could have sat behind the spinner and then
It might be
like,
here. I think it's here.
Move in now. 3. Gals weak. They're
Yeah, here.
Oh, where I back up. Okay.
Here, so What you're not recognizing as you back up here is that this player, if they try to push up, they're gonna get shot by Cookie. 100% of the time, that's gonna happen. Like, you're backing up to a position where you've dropped aggro. You're back far enough now that if they try to push you, I mean, it's their funeral. So at this point, since there's nothing threatening you anymore, you don't want to back up any further. This is probably where someone's looking at you and being like, "Oh, you're playing too passively. You're leaving Cookie to die," or something like that.
Yeah, no, and those moments I can
Crabbing,
typically
respect!
like get, and that like this is definitely a moment where usually when I'm retreating I go back too far. That is a common thing that I know I have issues with.
Gals, the
The
crabbing!
other thing is like the main thing is when we're going from like a neutral state and then there's like specials are happening there. I'll end up, respecting the special while the teammate actually finds the way forward, and then I'm called out that I'm playing too passive. So it's like,
Gotcha. Yeah, if you got split up, then there's that. I mean, if there is a way you can sneak forward, then maybe. But yeah, sometimes like you can just point at the replay and be like, "No, I actually could not have gone there."
Yeah.
But
in this moment in time, this is one of the ones where I'm actually too passive. I do tend to back up much farther than I need to.
And I think the way to tell, because we can talk about the result all day. We can talk about how, oh yeah, I'm backing up too far. I have a tendency to do that. But that's not helping you solve it. What you need to find is what should I have noticed to tell me I don't have to back up. And what you should be looking for, and what I think you weren't looking for as much in the T-Tech gameplay is someone in a position where they can shoot at me? And they're not anymore. And that switch needs to like flick in your head at some point where you're like, okay, I'm at a position now where if they do push me, I just have charge ready and they're dead. So that's what I think you want to work on here, is have more of a sense of like, be able to ask yourself at any point in the match, is someone able to shoot at me, or will they be able to shoot at me before I can get charge? If so, then play passive. If not, and my teammates are still in there, see what I can shoot at that they're shooting at. So, anything else?
No, I think those are the main things.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Devvy. Devvy, normally I don't do 2 VOD reviews for someone, but Devvy has been here since day 1 and since before day 1. And has been to, I think, literally every single Squid School stream that has ever happened.
I've missed 2 for family events, but I usually have something.
She remembers the single-digit number of them that she has missed in a stream that has been going every single Tuesday since 2020.
It's been 2 or 3. I remember the specific events happening.
So
one I won't mention. One was a Christmas party, and then there was something else happening on the third one that was family related. But
point being, Devvy is the channel's biggest fan and is the stream's biggest fan, and I don't think there's an argument. She's been very helpful and instrumental to the whole thing. So she gets 2 VOD reviews. Fight me. That's going to do it for our stream today. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What's up?
Okay, I was like, that's why I tell people, it's just like, I'm usually at Squid School all the time. If you want to find me, literally just put my name in a chat, and I'll see it. Like, I'm there, even if I'm not, like, here in VC after the stuff. It's just, I'm generally in chats. Like, right now my screens are, hey, VOD reviews on one. I have YouTube and Twitch chats split on my other screen, so I can see all of you chatting. So...
So, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you again to Devvy for many, many things. And we are going to go and we are going to raid Lumo.
Lumo! Grillers are raiding... Well, a griller is raiding people who do salmon run.
There you go. There you go. There are my links in the chat if you would like to see other things that I do. That's all the Woomy related stuff at any rate. Yeah, that's all I got. If you want, I knew there was something I was forgetting. If you want a VOD review just like this, just find me on Discord, DM me, and I will let you know when our first available are. These ones are free. We also do offer lessons over Metafy. Those cost, but they are reservable much earlier. At this point, we're out into like late August for the next available on the Squid School streams. So if you want to be sooner, then that's where you go. All right, let's go raid. Bye, everybody.